2026, that figure goes down to 1 in every 3.3.
Oh, there's an edge here, and Mitch Marsh takes the catch. So good ball by Mohammad Shami. Outside, just fading away. And Prab Simran, was that his first ball? I think it was, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, because it was wide one at the other end. So Prab Simran goes for 0.
Yeah, you're right. Wide. I was trying to work it out. There's so many wides bowled, I completely lost my mind. It's a length ball outside of stump. Actually doesn't move that much, Rob, but good healthy edge and flies to Marsh, who takes it above his shoulders.
Good catch. Another wicket in the first over. Yeah, so it's the price for a 6 in the first over is now 3.3, and it was north of 11, and that is a very, very big change.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The 7th over is really interesting too, Rob.
I can get you that.
Have a look how much the 7th over has changed. I think that's over 9 runs and over 2 now, or is it 8.5? Might be 8.5.
So I've got, so it used to be like standard single. So the price of any ball to be a single in the 7th over is exactly evens. So 50% of all balls that have ever been bowled in the IPL in the 7th over have been exactly 1 run. 50% of them. Let's see what that is now. Because that was traditionally the very boring over. Jadeja gets it, he bowls into the pad, and you take the singles.
Captain's over, man.
This is genuinely shocking. More than half in 2026 are singles. More than half. But obviously, there's loads more boundaries than there used to be. Bloody hell, 3.2 is the price for there to be a 6 in the 7th over now. That's 3.2. And if you'd have backed it over all the IPLs, hold the line as the computer does its thing, you're looking at 6.1. So, bloody hell. Yeah, cricket's changed a lot.
Just the IPL, I can tell you that. I've looked at every other league.
Oh, okay.
So this is very impact sub. Connolly almost edges one behind here. Yeah, it is very impact sub dependent, and you can tell exactly when the impact sub has come in like everything except for the death. It has had no. So putting an extra batter at the end, Rob, has not helped the death.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I think we're actually pretty close to maximizing our scoring already, right? And the reason being is that, do you know what hasn't gone up even over the last few years, and really hasn't gone up much as Connolly smashes this away for 4, is free hits in cricket. The scoring rate on free hits has not gone up.
Okay.
And so when you have no worry about, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have thought they would have gone up way more than they have. With bigger bats and people getting better at, and attacking more, we haven't seen that so far.
But I don't think we've maximised our scoring yet.
Sorry, what I mean is I think we've maximised our scoring on the attacking shots.
Okay.
As in, I don't think we can score any quicker from the balls that we've already decided to hit for 4 and 6. The death overs, for instance, hasn't gone up much.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. The thing that's gone up the most is power play. And that's also, even in the other competitions, we've seen that.
I'm just looking at this market leaping around. The early wicket is like, I mean, the market leaping around in the last game, bloody hell did that market leap around. 189 seems to be the number. So this ball must be a boundary because it's just shot up. So the market is ahead of our streams as that ball is clattered into the crowd from Arya. And that's what he does early, Jared, as far as maximising his scoring. When he plays a big shot, he tends to go exactly where that ball went.
He's hit that for a 6, big pull shot across the line. So it's basically evens, though, isn't it?
How do you mean?
The match.
Not now. Yeah, Punjab like 55.
Well, they were. They're not anymore. That's what I'm saying. Have a look. It's just flittering around evens on either side.
Oh, okay. He's a lovely watch, Arya, and his boundary percentage is excellent.
He tucks this one off his hip for 1. Boring.
Yeah, it was actually KKR, because they're so mental. It was actually a really fun game, that last one.
Oh, it's crazy.
But the decision making from Parag needs to be studied, because he had a pack of cards in front of him and he just kept putting the wrong ones out.
Well, and early on, I did think when he bowled himself and everything, I thought there was some interesting stuff he was doing, right? And it just kept getting weirder and weirder from then on in.
Well, we said we don't mind him bowling himself if that means that all he's doing is bowling more and more overs of spin, because spin at half, that's fine. But not his over 1 for 10 at the expense of a Jadeja over when Jadeja bowled 3 overs 2 for 8 is obviously the wrong answer. But I really enjoyed watching the kid, Raj Punja, who made Bishnoi look like a club bowler. You know, when you got two leggies operating, the kid was way better than Bishnoi was.
I don't like him biomechanically.
Why not? Too tall?
He doesn't put his left arm up enough. I just wonder if he'll be, especially at 6'6", if he'll be able to control his length correctly all the time. I love the way he bowled today. Oh, that's got to be close to LBW, doesn't it? Did he hit that, Rob?
I don't think he did, and I think that might be clattering into leg stump myself. Why have they not gone up already? The bowler must know that close.
He must have hit it.
Going down.
That just looked plumb otherwise.
I don't agree with Pant there that is going down loads. Do you?
I mean, I didn't live. I just thought it was out live.
We'll never tell from this angle. Why do they bother showing it us from an angle where you couldn't possibly know?
Yeah. Although that is the best angle for an edge, but not from that far back without the camera zoomed in. 137 Ks.
Reasonably confident he didn't hit it, but I've no idea whether that ball was travelling straight or not. It's come back quite well after being belted first ball here.
Yeah, next one is just pushed out in the offside. Connolly looks a little bit nervous at the moment. Did he hit it? He did not hit it. It hit him on the back leg in front of leg and middle. Oh, God, how do you not give that out? Yeah, that would have been given out if they had referred it. It was hitting the top of leg stump. I don't really know what Pant saw there. That was not my issue. My issue was I thought he might have hit it. I can go with that, but... Oh, is that dropped?
Yeah. My issue is, how does the bowler not know? How did the bowler not think that that's hitting the stumps? He's just bowled that ball, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
he's then dropped one.
You've got your head is falling over as you come. I don't trust bowlers at all. I should trust wicketkeepers. Hurt says, Rob, have you given it a tight? Jared, please be a good wingman. I don't know what this means.
I don't know what that means.
TGHT?
Given it a thought?
Have you given it a thought? Oh, yeah, that's right. He wanted to shag you, didn't he? Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
How much would you need to shag a random person?
Well, I think I'm
saying Hurts is because he sent so many messages. He's not.
Is he definitely a man? Because that changes.
I've talked to him before in real life. He's a man.
Would I be doing well if it happened?
This one is smashed down the ground by Connolly for 4 flat bat. I think you could do a lot worse. I think he's a reasonably good-looking man for like your level of attractiveness.
What? So he's absolutely smoking then? Is what you're telling me?
No, I don't think he's like out of your league, but I think he's in the upper regions of your league.
Well, I'm in the very top league, obviously, right? Very top league.
Well, okay. Your gay sexuality would be quite confusing, right? Because you might be quite high up in bear ratings.
Oh, right, yeah. If people like people that look like bears or Desperate Dan, I will go and get my Desperate Dan model next time there's a break, just to show how much I do actually look like him. I think I would have to defer the question to my wife and see how much she wants. And then, like, do I have to? Like, it doesn't sound all that appealing to me. But, you know, if it's funny...
Wait, Deepak, we're just asking how much money Rob would need to have sex with Sandeep/Hurts. He's offering, by the way, Deepak. This isn't just hypothetical. He's actually paying money to ask. Well, to be fair, he wasn't offering to pay you for sex. He was just asking for a hookup. But
oh, really? It has to be money.
Deepak's a well-known cheap date.
I'm kind of trying to just make sense of what Ara did today. To be honest, still not able to wrap my head around it.
What's the bit that annoyed you the most about them? Because me and Rob haven't even agreed on that yet.
To be honest, like nobody was able to hit Jadeja today. Like he bowled 3 overs, 8 runs for 2 wickets, and almost should have had Rinku, right? And he ends up not completing his quota. Considering the fact that 2 lefties were batting, no doubt about it, but on this kind of a surface, any day you would put in Jadeja. Like he is so difficult to hit on such surfaces.
Yeah, he probably got ahead of himself there. Priyansh has just slashed another 4 here over backward point as well. But yeah, I don't think it was just that though. I mean, Nandre Berger didn't bowl out, right? Wasn't he bowling good earlier in the day? Was he injured? Did I miss something? Did that catch break his heart?
No, he only bowled 2, but I think they probably just ejected him from the stadium after that drop catch, and that's fair enough. Because
was that drop catch actually his fault, by the way?
Yeah.
Because Dhruv Durrell ran over to catch it and then started playing with his helmet.
No, Dhruv Durrell started off by going to catch the ball, and then he realised that the man facing the ball had an incredibly easy chance, so he got out of the way. He was not in the way at any point, and Berger didn't blame Durrell's movement for him dropping it. He tried to blame the lights, and then he just sat there with an inane grin on his face. But that cost the match. That was Rinku on 8.
I mean, to be fair, it was one of the many things that cost the match. What have we got here? Garden of Eden says, which franchise jersey are you wearing, Jared? I got KKR on today. Randomly.
Yes.
I mean, it has nothing to do with the game being on earlier. I've just got these 2 jerseys here that I never wear. Oh my God. Yep.
There's Dan.
Desperate Dan. Is that from the Dundee comic? What's the Dundee comic?
It's called The Dandy.
Is that it? The Dandy. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's Scottish? Is that a Scottish comic?
Don't know. I always thought it was English, but I don't know. It's The Dandy and the Beano were the 2 big comics in England when I was a kid.
So I've got a feeling I've been to Dundee and there's a statue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Dundee.
Oh, very good. Is that why it's called The Dandy? Because it's from Dundee?
I have no idea. My wife has family in Dundee, and I remember seeing that statue. I'd never heard of the comic before.
Good comic. It's really good. I've got probably 300 of them at home somewhere.
Wow.
So LSG has already missed an LBW, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought it was just going to get given out, Deepak. I didn't understand it. But, God. Terrible swing across the line here by Connolly into his own foot. Sorry, mate, go.
There were 2 noises that might have confused the umpire, but it was worth a review, I would say.
I don't mind the umpire, but Rishabh Pant said it was going down leg side. That's the bit that confused us. Because we thought it was either hitting some bat or hitting the stumps. Those were the 2 options.
Yes. Exactly. And I'm just kind of signing into the match on a better stream, I would say. Coming back to the previous match, 6 over 69 with just the last record. Obviously, they had Narayan to follow, but Rinku Singh was not kind of timing the ball by then. And then Riyan Parag decides to bowl himself.
I don't mind him bowling himself, right? I just don't understand why he then didn't bowl more Jadeja anyway.
Exactly.
So on that pitch with those batters.
All the decisions in real time as it was playing out, right? And the one I didn't disagree with was giving Bridges the very last over because his previous over was crazy. He bowled, every ball was wide, and the only ball he didn't bowl was a wide, was the only one that went for a boundary. It was completely confusing. So I thought you up the volatility and you bowl the madman. Like Connolly's doing his level best to get out here. He is, 14 or 14 balls, and he's given up 4 chances already.
I think he's hit the ball into his body 3 times, hasn't he?
Yeah, he looks very unhappy to be there at the moment. But when you do give the last over to him after his other one has somehow only gone for 7, he can't then carry on bowling every ball wide down the leg side because Rinku knows what's coming, right? So he had to bowl something else. And then he didn't. He went wide down leg, slot outside off, and the game was completely over. But yeah, I'm with Jared that I don't mind Parag bowling, but not at the expense of Jadeja, who nobody can get the bat on, right? Jadeja
Exactly.
Can I just talk to you about the Brijesh thing, though, right? I think they made a bunch of mistakes here. But you're talking about upping the volatility. Is there a man who ups the volatility more natural than Nandare Burger? Like, he literally, he's not even sure what delivery he's going to bowl, man.
Yeah, but then you're falling into the Romario Shepherd trap of like, we have to bowl Romario.
Well, no, it's like a good version of Romario, though, isn't he?
He is a good version. I mean, there was nothing more certain than Romario going for 15 yesterday, was there?
No.
It was the most obvious 15 of all time.
Yeah, we basically called it straight away, did we? He's hit this up in the air. Has Priyanchari, he's got to find the pocket. He finds a pocket. Just falls in between two fielders. They come back for
But
two.
like by that time, when they needed 9 of the last over, right, with 2 set batters, I think we're done and dusted by that time. So I'm not even kind of. I like 2 over 21 with 2 set batters with Narayan to follow. I would still give it to KKR. I think, but like 6 over 69 when nobody was able to score any runs on that pitch was just bizarre, to be honest. Like 2 overs 29 from spin, and Bishnoi kept bowling 100 plus deliveries on that surface where everybody else was slowing down. And even Narayan in the mid innings interview said there's the kind of pitch where we naturally tend to bowl slow because there was more purchase from the surface.
This one he's got a hold of, has Arya, and he's smashed this 4-6. That's a really, really good hit, that one.
Yeah, he's just dropped it a little bit too short, Moss, in there, and he has got met.
Yeah. Neil says, there any free stats website like Stats Guru for us nerds? As we said before, we can't put up the Varun one because it keeps crashing because too many of you click on the link when we put it up. But the one that a lot of people use is Crickmetric. I think it's crickmetric.com. I don't use it, but I think some of the other guys use it sometimes. Cheyenne uses it. It has I think it has a batsman versus bowler matchup.
Ooh, let me get my matchups for this game. That reminds me.
I was expecting, to be honest, I was expecting Makram to come for the second over against Priyanchari today because his numbers against off-spin are not that good. And I kind of was betting on that kind of a matchup today. Because especially after like you had Prabsimran in first over and you would obviously want the other one to go. So I felt that was a good matchup against him because his spin numbers are a little shoddy as compared to his pace numbers. He's a very good pace hitter. But I was just expecting maybe LSG will think out of the box for today. Considering that they would not want another 200 chase or maybe a 180 plus chase with the kind of batting form they are in.
The trouble with LSG, Deepak, is they don't know where the box is, let alone thinking outside it. Like, they haven't got a box. As Connolly hits one to a fielder again. I don't think Connolly's going to be there for very long unless he gets a couple away soon. He looks very, I don't know, sticky. He looks awkward.
Have you guys seen the statement put out by Blessing Muzarabani's
by his agent?
By his agent. It's quite a strong message. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. Again, I just think the PSL shooting themselves in the foot. Like, is your league better if you ban Blessing Muzarabani for 2 years and he doesn't play in the IPL next year? No, your league is worse. If
what is said in that statement is true, then it's awful. It's really bad. That he didn't even have a contract. It's like, we wanted to sign him. He wanted to sign. Everything was great, no problem. And then they never gave us the contract. And while they were pissing about not giving us the contract, somebody else tried to sign him. And we said yes, because it was loads of money. And he went and played for them.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. I saw that tweet. So it was his manager. I was a little confused about it, to be honest.
You're probably a little bit confused because of the weird way that the message was framed. Like,
yes,
they've centralized the text, Rob, and they've also put it on yellow.
yeah. That's why I just thought somebody who's an ardent PSL follower has put it up. So I didn't expect it to be his manager because wording clearly was pretty absurd, I would say, that they confirmed it on the email. And generally, like, people have to come to PSL to sign their contracts and stuff. So technically, he was not even under the contract by that time.
So Arya has faced 8 balls, and he's got 21 runs, including 2 sixes. And Connolly has faced 20 balls, and he's got 15 runs, including 0 sixes. And he's currently 5 dot balls in a row in this over. And if ever there was a ball that was definitely going to get a wicket, it's this one right now. He has to have a go at this ball, doesn't he? He's just chewed up a whole power play over, and Punjab don't do that.
And he's got this one away for 4.
That's a shame.
Raghavanshi played an incredible innings in his one as well, didn't he?
I mean, everyone else was putting loads of pressure on him, but he really did crumble under the pressure because Cameron Green decided that they needed 14 and over and not 7.5.
And Rovman.
But Rovman, right, Jared? So Rovman was playing beautifully and really sensibly for 23 off 20. And I said on the live, Rovman Powell is doing what Cameron Green should have done, and he's being the senior overseas guy, and he's saying, look, we only need 156. We don't need 200. I'm just going to steer us home here. So I'm not going to fall for any of these traps. I'm going to push the ball around. If you bowl me the full toss, which the kid did in the first over, I will hit it for 6. That's fine. Otherwise, I'm knocking it around. I said, he is playing beautifully here. And the next ball, he decided, without thinking, to slog Jadeja straight down long on's throat for absolutely nothing.
Yes, exactly.
What the hell is this? It was really dumb. I think it was KKR being dumb. And then all the pressure goes on the 21-year-old kid, Raghavanshi, who's been playing very well for them. And he really did crumble under it, didn't he? What was he? 10 off 19 or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stuck.
Bad not that.
We all have them.
Like to be honest,
although I smashed the under 13s today in the nets, so.
Well done, mate.
So I was like, when I was doing the post live yesterday, so we have basically decided to do a small 5 minutes preview on the following up matches, right? So I was of the opinion that it will be very difficult for KKR to kind of give a slowish surface, dry surface, the way they did it last year. Because even though the spinners would come into the play, but considering the fact that their own batting would be even shittier, because this is the concern with them. Even in 2023, even though the spinners were bossing that IPL, but KKR was net negative because their own batting was horrible against spin. So with Jadeja in the ranks, I was just not expecting them to kind of give a slowish, dry surface. And they ended up giving that. And KKR and RR, they both tried their level best to lose the match.
Yeah, I agree that.
I mean, to be fair, they tried to lose the match all the way through. They were pretty pathetic for most of that game.
I think that's just where they've got to now. Just really confused franchise. Nobody really knows what their role's meant to be. The batting order's changing all the time. They don't know who should open, and when they do, let's just have a look at some numbers for KKR this season, right? I was looking at the opening partnership earlier; it really made me laugh. KKR.
We don't have enough time on this watch-along to go through all their opening partners yet, do we?
How about with the ball then? KKR have conceded in 6 innings 434 for the opening partnership. The opening partnership, as Priyansh goes for another massive 6 but doesn't get it. Where's that gone?
Did that go for 6?
Square.
Yes, I think it did.
None of
It
that.
did.
6.
I mean, if the fielder was there, that's probably caught on the rope, isn't it? Or close to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. He's ridden his luck a bit there. But yeah, to concede an average of 72 for the first wicket, that's a big problem for KKR because they're not scoring enough. What have they scored? They're averaging 20 with the bat and conceding 72 with the ball.
And I was not even impressed with the fact that they had Anukul Roy in the ranks and they didn't even use him for an over. Considering the fact the surface had grip and they had to bowl Ramandeep for 2 overs. Like the fifth bowling option went for 53 for 0 on that surface.
And he's bowled all right, Roy, in this tournament, hasn't he? It's not like he's been bad. And this was a pitch that made
exactly. It's
him a go.
He's always your defensive kind of a bowler, and there's something in the surface he will definitely. He's more like of the mold of Jadeja, I would say. And if there's something in the surface, he would always come in handy. So not even giving him an over didn't make any sense to me. And Ramandeep getting 2 overs instead of him was a little bizarre for me. That's what I said. Both the teams tried their level best to lose today's match.
Yeah, they did. The table is now a lot more fun that KKR won it.
Oh,
Yes.
this might be out. Aria
Yeah.
tries to force
Right.
this. It's up in the air and just going to get over the line. Well, over the head, I should say.
How are these two both still in?
And Priyansh Arya, having said that, is still striking at 300. So no matter how he manages to do it, but that's the effectivity of him. Like he's able to get you off the blocks, like 10 ball, 30 kind of a knock, pretty consistently.
He's very good at sixes per ball, and that's such a big
Yes.
thing to have in modern cricket, isn't it?
And coming back to that Anukul question, that the one thing was like definitely they were lefties, so they might be. Like,
Oh,
they
he's
might have
pumped
thought
this.
about
This is
another
big hit over
massive
deep
hit.
mid wicket for 6.
Well played.
13 ball 40 again. So amazing from him. So obviously they had openers who were lefties, so maybe that matchup didn't work. And then Hetmar came in early, so they just thought that it might not be a good idea. But Anukul is not a big turner of the ball, and he has a good arm ball also. So somehow I don't understand.
I think, if anything, he was bowling too well this year, and that's confused them.
Yeah, can be the case. But
What do we
redemption
do?
for Rinku?
What do we do? We've got a player here who's actually doing his job. Kill him! Kill him!
And some redemption for Rinku.
Yeah, I mean, it's all Berger's fault, because if Berger catches, and that is the worst drop of the IPL, that's worse than Gaikwod's one. If Berger catches that, then it's another horrible knock. They probably lose the game. He's feeling really, really bad about himself, and it's once again, like, obviously catches win matches and all that. But now he's actually iced one, hasn't he? And did you see him turn down the single with the scores tied then?
Yes.
At the end. What's that about? That's main character syndrome, isn't it? That's like, come on, I've got a 50 here, and I'm going to hit this one for 6.
Deepak, it's very important that you know that Rob had a bet on that, and he had to have him score under 50, and that's why he's upset at it.
I had everyone to score under 50 at 10-1. 10-1. And only he could kill it, and he killed it all by himself by having main character syndrome. So he's on the wall of shame for the time being.
I can understand. I can really understand the and like Anukul was halfway down the wicket by that time.
Yeah, he was at
basically
the end, wasn't he?
He high-fived him and went back. By the way,
You're doing great. Keep going.
What a ridiculous power play that is. You've had one guy got 0 off 1 guy got 19 off 22, and they're 63 for 1 after the power play. That's mental.
So this is the first tournament in the history of T20 cricket so far where the average score in the power play is more than 60.
Amazing.
So Punjab are on, for their first 6, 68 is their average so far.
Yes. And the Rinku shot was a horrendous one, but you still put that drop above Chahal's drop?
Well, Chahal can't catch is part of the issue with that one. He can't catch, whereas Berger can catch. Like, if I threw an orange to Berger, he would catch it and peel it and eat it, right? I would expect him to be able
if you threw one at Chahal, you might murder him.
Correct. It would probably...
Can we get him on a live watch-along and see if Rob throws an orange at Chahal?
But the orange is, like, it's very likely to end up on the floor if you throw it to Chahal, even if he knows it's coming, right? Why is Badoni on my screen? Why is Badoni
because of
over?
Off-spinner. So finally, they are going to try an off-spinner against 2 left-handers.
I think Connolly will try and eat Badoni here because he's had a horrible start. I think he's going to try and smack him.
It's a big chance of a sicket early on here.
Yes. And I was expecting an off-spinner in second over, to be honest.
Yeah, you called it. I thought they might bring one in, like maybe because it's a senior player like Markram. I thought he might bowl the 4th or the 5th.
Yes.
Is Badoni as good a off-spinner as Markram?
No,
as
not
his
at
whack
all.
for 4 first ball.
Not at
Okay.
all.
Look, I'm pretty sure I could have hit that for 4, guys. I don't say that a lot, but I looked at that ball and I'm like, if you bowl me that on a Saturday, I'm about a 30% chance of hitting that for a boundary.
This is where LSG becomes so bizarre. Like, even a straightforward tactic. Like, just imagine, Markram did that against India in the World Cup, right? He had, I think, Ishant Kishan in the first over of the match, right?
Oh, he's gone down the ground. It's going to get over long on by some distance. So he's gone for 10 runs in 2 balls. To be fair, that one at least landed. But it was still
landed exactly in the slot.
But Makram is a genuine
this isn't off spin. This isn't spinning. This is just slow rubbish bowling into the slot both sides of the wicket. This is crap.
So me and Varun have this thing about like what number a bowler is. I think Markram is a pretty solid 6th bowler.
Exactly.
Badoni on his first 2 balls looks like an 8th bowler.
Yeah, exactly. And the third one is also not given us too much confidence about him, to be honest.
If you
that was pretty much a 8 ball.
He's so slow as well. When was the last time you saw a finger spinner bowling at 70 kilometres an hour who wasn't Craig Brathwaite?
You've got a batsman who is really, really struggling there. Connolly, very lucky to survive the power play for 19 off 22. Don't give him something really, really easy to get him going again now. So then he's been given 10 off 2. He feels fine now. He's 30 off 25. He feels great about his day. Whereas they could have bowled an actual bowler to him. And
oh boy, what the hell is this?
Hey, 80 Ks. That's the quicker one, lads.
But how
80.5 kilometres. Take that.
It didn't look like 80k, to be honest.
In real speed, 49 miles an hour. I mean, you would fancy yourself to hit that ball. Also, where he bowled that first ball, there was no fielders anywhere. Yeah. So all he had to do was hit it, and it was 4. He's going to bowl at him again now, and Connolly.
This one was, I think, one of the best balls in the.
Never bowled.
96. So he can bowl. You know what he's doing now? He's just bowling medium pace.
Well, it's not turning, is it? So he's got to do something. I mean,
so is Makram injured or what?
He's out in the field. He was chasing a ball a minute ago.
Yeah.
Maybe they just thought this guy would toss it up and entice them more.
What's you going to do to it? Just take the 1.
Oh, just for a minute I thought he was going to hump that for 6, and he went, we'll get 14 off this over. That's enough.
Maybe they'll forget and they'll let him bowl again. Because if he bowls the next over from that end, he's going for 25. I think that's a really bad idea.
I think with this kind of a bowling tactic, did LSG even forget that they don't have batting to support it? So, what exactly is the plan?
But how many times do we say that with LSG, though? What's the plan? Like, we don't know what the plan is, and they don't know what the plan is. They just hope it all comes together somehow.
You know how they can actually get some point out of this match? So the owners of LSG own the electricity in Chandigarh.
So if it's going tits, they just pull the plug. Done.
That's the best way, I would say. They actually, because the Goenka company owns the electricity supply in Chandigarh. So
nice.
They can.
Avesh Khan coming on. I'll tell you a really good story about that in a second. This ball's hit into the offside and they're going to get 1. So Rob might remember this, but there was a big bash game in 2018 where the lights went off at the Gabba. Right?
Ooh.
And I think Brisbane were up in that game, Rob, but it was obviously not enough had been played in the game for it to be thought of as a match. And so Brisbane only got half points for what would have been probably a win, if I remember correctly. And Melbourne Stars, because of that, got into the Final 4. And of course, I was working for Melbourne Stars. So we got into the playoffs purely because the lights had gone out at the Gabba.
So it was you that cut the power. Is that the exclusive?
And then I was talking to the CEO of the Melbourne Stars at the end of the year, and he's like, we should have won the title. And I was like, yeah, we should have won the final game, but we shouldn't have won the title. We were like a fringe playoff team who only made the playoffs because the lights went out at a stadium. And he goes, oh, you can't think about it that way. And I went, that's exactly how you have to think about it. If you're the CEO, you have to be like, we were very lucky, and then we got on a very good run at the end of the year and almost stole the championship. You should not be thinking that we were a team that should have won the championship in any way, shape, or form. You should be thinking that if the Gabba had paid its electricity bill, you wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Was it 2019, Joe?
Yeah, 2019, was it? 2019.
That is some shot.
So they completely turned his form around from blind man to seeing it like a beach ball because he got an over at Badoni. It's really dumb.
I've shared the link with you all also.
Company profile. Nice. So 2019, Joe, what happened in the game? This was Thunder against Brisbane Heat.
I don't remember the game.
So Watson got a century in the first innings. So Heat are trying to chase down a big score. And they were 10 for 2 in reply. And then the lights went off, and everyone was like, "What's going on here? That's not right." And it was no result. And Thunder did a formal protest and said, "How are you abandoning this game? Why can't we just play with like reduced light or whatever?" But no.
What was the final points tally in that year? Can you bring up the points? See how much I remember it. But it was at the Gabba, so it was the Gabba that lost the power, but it was Thunder who lost the points. Sorry,
was that 2019 to 2020?
So this happened in IPL also, right? Punjab versus Mumbai, and Ashwin had a very fun take on it. So he said like Ashwin was the captain of Punjab. They were winning the match, and he said then suddenly the power went off, came back, and then Pollard smacked the hell out of them and won the match for Mumbai.
2018, 2019.
Okay, Melbourne Stars had 14 points. Brisbane Heat had 13 points.
And Sydney Thunder had 13 points.
Yeah, that's funny.
And just have a look at the net run rate there for a minute, Rob, if you can. As this one's whacked for another 4.
Melbourne Stars. So Sydney Thunder, by the way, their net run rate, I've never seen this before after a full season, was, and I'll do it to 3 decimal places for you all. Sydney Thunder's net run rate after 14 matches was 0.000. I've never ever seen that before. Melbourne Stars minus 0.062. Brisbane Heat comfortable plus 0.249.
So when I had the conversation with the CEO and he was telling me this, I said, "You realise we had the 3rd worst net run rate in the league, right? Like we weren't even, we shouldn't have even been in the run up for the playoffs. We just." Stars, you might remember this in those days. Stars had the same problem every year. They had too many Australian players. And so Stars would win all the games, and then Maxwell, Stoinis, Zampa would disappear, and they'd literally be picking me, right? They had no players to come in every year. Yeah. The same thing would happen. And I think that year, I want to say Dwayne Bravo, someone left in the middle of the season, one of the overseas players, I think, as well, or something happened. So it was a really, really poor time for them. But again, as I said, like, because they kept, I don't think they had a realistic expectation of where they had come that year.
So, are you saying that Jonathan Merlot wasn't a good enough Glenn Maxwell replacement? Is that what you're saying, or that Seb Gott shouldn't have been opening the batting when some of the guys went away? Some of the Melbourne Stars teams that have been put out are the most hilarious franchise teams that have ever been put on the park. Some of the COVID ones are just brilliant. You're like, I haven't heard of any of them, and I watched every game of this league. LSG look like they've completely run out of ideas already.
I reckon actually, Siddharth's coming on now. I think that year it was Sandeep who went home, and they replaced him with a kid called Liam. Was it Liam Bowes? Do you remember him?
Liam Bowe was a wrist spinner, wasn't he?
Yeah, left arm wrist spinner.
Yeah.
And I remember doing some analysis, which was so basically, and look, he was a young kid, don't get me wrong. He would have been about 19 or 20, right? But he's a left-arm wrist spinner, Deepak. And I literally had to say to them, when he's bowling the wrist spinner, when he's bowling the wrong end, he bowls it outside leg stump to spin it across the batter. When he's bowling the normal leggy, he bowls it on off stump to spin it back in. I said, I can work this out. Like, I'm pretty sure a professional batter's going to work out that you are changing the pitch of your 2 major deliveries here. Like, what a tip off. Like, that's like in poker going. So if I have 2 hearts and there's 2 hearts on the table, and a 3rd heart comes, right? Like, I mean, come on, Rob, tipping your hand. Jesus Christ.
I want to see some of the Melbourne
lovely
Stars
shot, my friend.
That have been
Lovely
really
shot.
Yeah, I mean, it was the home. The Melbourne Stars was the home of Evan Galbus, right? Who's the most Melbourne Stars player to ever Melbourne Stars?
It's the home of full nonsense, isn't it? What year was COVID? 21?
2021. 20 and 21.
Okay, let me find you a Melbourne Stars lineup that's taken part in a franchise tournament during that. No,
but 20 they had BBL, right? Because they had BGT at that time.
Yeah.
So in during COVID, Deepak, they had a pen that were kept in Sydney of eligible players who were basically your replacement COVID players. So you were allowed to, if one of your players got COVID, you could choose somebody from the pen to play in your team. So they were like freelance Big Bash cricketers. And a guy called Justin Avocado, he played for 2 different teams in like a week because he was the only one that didn't have COVID. So he like played for Renegade Thursday and then played for Brisbane Heat on Monday or something. It's like, well, he hasn't got COVID, so you can pick him. Absolutely brilliant. Total farce of a league. Really, really funny.
That was wild that year, yeah.
But fair play,
Yeah,
they got
sure.
the whole league done, didn't they? That was a tricky one for betting, let me tell you.
Well, you didn't have a line on Justin Avenado.
Oh no, we did. It was the ones that just sort of turned up and was like, well, I haven't got a cough. Can I play? And they went, yeah, of course you can. Welcome to the Melbourne Stars.
So like I've shared that Mumbai Punjab match also from 2018.
I think I remember that one actually too, yeah.
So Ashwin went on record to say that there was something fishy about it. He felt.
Oh wow. I'm just reading that now.
I mean, to be fair, I like Ash, but he's not a man who shies away from thinking many things are conspiracies.
He does
Right?
wear
Like, I mean, he said so.
makeup.
He's got this theory that like the 2 white balls in the ODIs was a conspiracy against the Asian teams, and I'm like, but the hard white ball helps the spinner as well. Like it's literally, I have data to show you that, and it was like, you know, and he was I think he was one of the players who was suggesting at one stage that the IPL had fixed the balls to make sure that they wouldn't spin or swing anymore, and it's like, but the ball's still swinging. We have data on it again, like.
Nice.
But he's unafraid to say things.
Article, I've always seen this kind of luck with Mumbai. I don't know how it happens. The lights go out, they get a break and come back stronger. We need to find that kind of luck. Doesn't sound big though, does he? It's fine.
I mean, players are like that. I remember, like working with players. Every single decision goes against you, and like as an analyst, I started actually looking at the decisions so that when they come up and go, umpires hate us, blah blah blah, I'll be like, actually, I think we've had 3 in our favour and 2 against us, just to stop the conversation. There was a really interesting one actually. I see Mitch McClenaghan is working with Cricinfo at the moment, isn't he? With Irfan Pathan. I think I saw him the other day. But I remember there was one with him where we had a conversation, and I'm doing the analysis, and I think it was Mark Chapman who was called at deep third when we were at St Lucia's. This is whacked over the offside for 6. Good shot by Triage there. The Prince is on here. And he's just been whacked, of course. Yeah, I think there was one where like Mark Chapman was caught at deep third by Adam Zampa, and it was one of those ones where you're diving forward. And I looked at it and I was like, I probably am about 50-50 on that. It could go away. And Mitch McClenaghan was 100% sure it had bounced, right? And I just move on with my day, right? Because it doesn't matter to me if it's bounced or not. Like it has nothing to do with the fact I have to now analyze the next ball and the next ball. Where did that hit him? Has that broken his finger? He's forgotten to field the ball here. He's been whacked straight back at the Prince, and that might have really hurt him, actually.
Yes.
That looks like a dislocation on the thumb, perhaps. So it was full, it was a slower ball in the slot and just whacked straight back and, yeah, right on the thumb.
So, Rob, that counts as a drop?
Definite drop, straight back to him.
Hit him in the hands.
Yeah, straight back to him.
Yeah, so I'm trying to analyze the next ball and the next ball and the next ball, right? And the team's getting more and more angry about this. And I remember Karen Pollard came over to me eventually and said, "What did you think?" Right? And I said, honestly, I was about 50-50. I think I could have given it out or not out. I said, but I didn't look at it that many times, right? Because I hadn't. And then Mitch McClenaghan was like, "You saw it as many times as I did." And I went, "Yeah, man, but I'm like, you're focusing on one delivery. I'm focusing on every..." And he just wouldn't accept that, like, I couldn't come to the same decision that he'd come to, or that I didn't care. Like, it didn't matter to me. Mark Chapman was out, right? There's nothing I can do. Like, if I say that I agreed with him, how does that help anyone anyway, right? And I didn't have an opinion. It wasn't like I was on the fence. There was another time, actually, when I was with Scotland, where we had a selection decision. And I said to everyone, look, I've run the numbers, guys. I know you guys are, you're a bit split here, and this isn't going to help you. But there really isn't much of a difference if you pick this guy over this guy. Like, I think it'll be pretty similar, so you have to go with your vibes, right? And one of the guys goes, "Oh, sitting on the fence." And I went, that's not sitting on the fence. That's telling you that we've now spent 45 minutes on this discussion, and I've been running the numbers while we've been chatting them, and I don't think it makes a difference. And he went, I can't make a decision. I went, no, I would make a decision 45 minutes ago, guys, because it doesn't matter. Either of these players is going to give us roughly the same impact in this game against this opposition. But they could. It's just not how people work, right? Try to say logic to people doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, particularly in cricket, I mean, logic is very much a passenger on the cricket bus, isn't it? It does take sense.
Remember, like when we were doing the pre-tournament World Cup team analysis, and I had this opinion that I would put New Zealand slightly above South Africa, especially for the business part of the tournament, and because I said that the reason is that South Africa might not be having the numbers in the last 2 years or so, and they have players who can turn up on a given day and can win the match of their own. But New Zealand looks to me for more, I would say, organized side, and that might help them at the business end of the tournament. And everybody was kind of like, Deepak is getting too defensive on that. He's kind of going by with the numbers, so he's not going with the talent of South Africa team and all those things. A lot of comments came up, and then see what we saw in the semi-finals. So methodology worked over brilliance, I would say.
But it's one of those perfect examples though, as well, of even if you were wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your methodology might still be right.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I said.
It's not about. This is what I'm trying to explain. I remember trying to explain this to another team who wanted me to do something, and I was like, I can give you the methodology and we can explain it. But if we knew what was going to happen in sport, we wouldn't do it that way. The job here is to do the due diligence so we have the information that we need, right? Like, how many times have you done that, Deepak? And your methodology has been fine. Look at me last year with RCB. RCB fans very upset that I didn't rate them higher. Because one of the things I said was, how are they going to take wickets when Krunal Pandya has never taken wickets before and they don't have anyone else who can take wickets, right? And Krunal Pandya, out of nowhere, doubles his wicket tally.
Exactly.
Right? And they're all like, well, why didn't you see that coming? Well, if I'd have seen that coming, either I'd need to be a genius, right? Or I would have had to have some sort of other information that someone else doesn't have. Like, I've seen him in the nets, or I've seen him working on a new delivery, or I understand he's bowling differently. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I've got to go with the data that's in front of me, right?
And I'm very sure
Cooper Connolly smashes this for six.
Yeah, he is in now.
And even RCB didn't see that coming, to be honest. They picked him because he's one of the best defensive bowlers. His numbers in Chinnaswamy are amazing. He just gives away runs at 7 economy, and even if on flatter decks, he's the one guy you would bank on to give you like 4 over 25 to 4 over 30 kind of a return for maybe a wicket or maybe like even going without.
Yeah, it's a very specific type of bowler, wasn't he? Very specific.
Yes.
And now he's very specific type, 5 different type of bowlers.
Now he's 19 different bowlers.
Bouncers, he bowls Kedar Jadavs, and occasionally he bowls the
left arm finger spin. Yeah. I mean, the other one that reminds me is, remember when Australia won the World Cup in 2021, right? And like, we obviously know that the toss played a part in that and everything else. But Australia turned up to the West Indies without a number 3. Mitch Marsh did well. And they were like, we're going to use him at number 3. Then he got dropped after the first or second game. Then they brought him back at number 3. And they basically had Stoinis and Wade down the order, despite the fact they didn't think that that's what they wanted, just because they had no other players to put there. Who are the 3 players who made runs for them in the final 2 games to win them those games, right? And it's like, it's well, and we can do as much analysis as we want. But even Australia was shocked that worked the way that it did. If they thought they were going to win, it wasn't going to be with those 3 players.
And like, Pakistan had no business to kind of lose that match. Like,
no.
They should have easily won that match.
If they just fought Marcus Stoinis by standing on the rope, none of this would have happened. But that's the point. Like, how can you do an analysis a month before a tournament?
They dropped Wade in that match, right?
No. It was, Stoinis hit his first 4 or 6, and it was because I forget who it is. I've done a whole video on it, Deepak. You can find it.
But like, Wade was also dropped on.
No. Forget that. Before they had started their attack, they just lost their 5th wicket in the 11th or 12th over, and Marcus Stoinis hit a ball to deep mid wicket, and deep mid wicket was 10 meters in from the rope for no reason on the run. Have a look.
I didn't even know this.
Yep. And so they go on a run after that.
So it would have been a done thing in 12th over itself. So
it would have been 6 down, right? Like, I'm not saying they couldn't have won, but geez, would have been a hell of a comeback from there.
That was the one World Cup out of all the World Cups that Australia have won in white ball that nobody fancied Australia. Nobody. And somehow they
2023? 2023?
They were second favourites in 23, though, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they were after India, obviously.
I'm pretty sure they were second favourites. Oh, I think England and South Africa were just behind them, Deepak.
Connolly has now smacked Shami for 19 off that over, and they're so far in front now. Jared, did you have anything to do with the Melbourne Stars in at the end of 21, start of 22?
No, I did that one season.
That's a real shame because I want to read out some names here. Deepak, you will know all of these names. This is a game, the Melbourne Derby, right? This is their big game of the season, really. Melbourne Stars against Melbourne Renegades, January the 3rd at the MCG, and they managed to have 3 overseas bowlers, bear in mind, Melbourne Stars on this day. They had Harris Ralph, who is amazing in Big Bash. Ahmed Daniel, remember him? He can't get in his PSL team. Yes. And Case Ahmed. Case Ahmed was bowling as well. And then they also had Hilton Cartwright and Glenn Maxwell, quite good. Here's the other people that played. The opening batsmen were Travis Dean and Justin Avendano. They were the openers. Number 3 was Charlie Wackham.
Okay. Can I just say, that's the first Travis Dean I know, a good club cricketer who's played a little bit of cricket, quite a bit of first class cricket. The second guy you just said there, Charlie Wackety, that's made up.
Charlie Wackham, it's nominative determinism, isn't it? Charlie Wackham, and he didn't whack any. He got 12 of 11. Patrick Rowe, Tom O'Connell, who I think is a game show host in England somewhere.
I think Tom O'Connell, wasn't he supposed to be? There's a full toss outside off stump, hit straight up in the air by Priyansh, but there's no one at long on anyway, so it doesn't matter. And it goes over the rope. I think, is Tom O'Connell the one they thought was going to be the great spinning all-rounder and never came? Yeah, he just never came good.
He wasn't very good at either. He actually bowled very well that day.
It sounds like all gibberish to me. I've never even heard of these names.
But I reckon I've watched probably more Big Bash games than any Big Bash player ever. And I hadn't heard of half of them. And I'm meant to be betting on this stuff every day. And I was like, I don't know who he is. What is a Charlie Wackham and what does he do? Who is Patrick Rowe? Who is Tom O'Connell?
I've never heard of Patrick Rowe either, I don't think.
Patrick Rowe, I think he might have been a wicket keeper.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, mad. Played 1 T20 and it was that day.
Now Punjab is so ahead in the match. Whoa, what a shot.
That's 6.
What
6
a
more.
shot.
I mean, we might see 36
shot.
off an Abish Khan over here if he keeps bowling there. That is so... I mean, there's no other bit of the bat that's it than exactly out of the middle from Priyansh. He's now 79.
This is ridiculous shot. He played this shot against CSK last year in that 41 ball 100. I think to Pathirana he did that.
You need to donate your brain to medical science when you croak it, Deepak, because where does this memory come from? Of like knowing.
Because I remember him playing that shot to Pathirana.
Yeah, but I definitely watched that game and I can't remember it.
I might have commentated it and I wouldn't remember it.
No, he's played that shot to Pathirana.
I have to look several times during the game to make sure I can remember who the two teams are who are playing each other.
When we do the like post-match live tonight, I won't know who played in the first game. There's no question about that. And it was quite entertaining and lots of stuff happened, but I've nearly forgotten all of it now.
I think I have to give credit to my mother for this because she was insane. She would remember each and everything for like 50 years back also.
That's nuts. Because I had a great memory when I was a kid, like borderline photographic, really, really good. I could learn anything. And fluked my way through exams as a young man by just being able to look at something and then remember it. But I can't do that now.
Oh my God, Connolly comes across and skips this for 6. That looked like, as he did it, I was like, he's just going to get bowled here. And somehow he's just got it off the middle for 6.
That is hitting 6 inches up off stump. And he scooped it away for 6 and he nearly taken a cameraman out who was filming the crowd at the time. It's gone for 4 apparently. I thought that was 6 all day long.
Sorry, everyone. I thought I saw that go for 6.
They've only hit 11 sixes in these 12 overs so far.
So the shot was, I'm just checking it on Cricinfo, Pathirana to Arya. It was 12.2.
Oh, you said 12.1.
You
So
tell
you're
us
right.
that.
So like 3 sixes, he had hit off 3 consecutive balls. This was the first one. So oh my, it's a crick info says, oh my word, this is world class shot, low full toss, hung up wide outside off. Arya peels the outer cover of the ball and sights it over deep point.
Very good. Same shot then.
So yeah,
Connolly's just tried to play one in that region, but ended up behind square. Going to, I'm not sure who that went to. Couldn't see.
What
But
was it
they're-
after the
Berserk
power
in that
play? About
over.
62, 63?
They scored 63 in the power play, and Connolly was really, really struggling, wasn't he? And now he's strike rate 166.
And
Or
did
just-
Bedoni bowl the first? Sorry, I'm just doing my notes. Did Bedoni
Bedoni
bowl the
got
first
seven.
over?
The 7th over, yeah. Which we said when he got the ball. Well, I said, "What's he doing on my screen?" And then Connolly belted him everywhere, and they haven't looked back since. And if they get 18.3 and over from here on in, which is not impossible, they will score 300.
They can't. Though. I'm not quite ready to release a piece on that I've been working on, Rob. So hopefully they have a bit of a collapse here.
What's the run line? 250? It's got to be 250, hasn't it?
250
Two
is,
ball.
250 is pretty achievable from here, I would say. Then 270 is also a possibility. Like 8 overs, 120, with like what 9 wickets in hand, 2 batters going bonkers. I think they have a fair chance of reaching 270 also today.
And the
And
wickets
this is
they-
where
well.
this is where I was expecting LSG to think out of the box. I'm still not able to understand why they didn't try a spinner in the power play. Like what worse could have happened?
I don't mind them not trying it in the power play because I think the way they were thinking is Markram's coming on, by the way, guys.
So
hey,
finally,
we're going to get our matchup, everyone.
finally,
I don't mind them not doing it in the power play. I just don't really understand.
now and
And he's been whacked for
goes,
6.
so it's like,
I said just before the over started, how many sixes will we see in this over? Because it's more than one.
now
How
now
many-
it doesn't make any sense. 2 batters as
This
that-
is such a
that's
bad
it.
time to bring on your 6th bowler, isn't it?
That's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Please, will you hit me for 6? That ball.
That's a clear indication that you're out of ideas now. Because had it been the second over or maybe the third over of the match, it would have sounded really like a brave call. But now it's like kind of showing as if you're given up.
This innings of bowling has been, we have no idea what we're doing.
Yes,
In-
exactly.
We're out. 6 more. Okay, so that's 2 sixes in 2 balls. How many sixes are we going to see in this over?
At least 4, I would say.
I mean, this is embarrassing from LSG. This is the LSG that has always threatened to turn up, the one that has
Yes.
no idea how to play a cricket match, and we've got one now.
It's a terrible side, isn't it? It really
I
is.
don't think so. The owner thinks like that.
They should. This should be negative point. Is that
Oh,
right?
Yeah. No, you're right. The owner doesn't think like that. But as we've seen, the owner has absolutely no idea about cricket or management, from what I could see in professional sports. Might be a great owner outside. I don't want to have a go at the Goenka brand. I'm sure they're beautiful power suppliers. But if he was running this cricket team the way he ran his other businesses, there would be no power at this ground.
Do you know they're the one who actually came up with C8 ratings?
With what tradings?
C8 ratings. C8 cricket ratings? You remember that?
No, I don't think so.
It was pretty popular in India. I just thought it must be a global thing. So before the ICC cricket rating became popular in India, like for us, the 90s kids growing up, it was always a C8 cricket rating. The
No, I don't
C8
know about
Tires, they own the company called C8 Tires.
I know
No,
C8 Tires, yeah. I mean, they're
So
on the
there was
bats,
C8
right?
cricket, yeah. So C8 cricket rating was the thing in India in 90s. You used to follow that like anything. We had no clue about ICC cricket ratings, to be honest. Like for all that while, we just thought that
Oh.
C8 cricket ratings are the official ratings.
I thought the 37 from the over was on then because he bowled a wide, but Connolly was a bit early through his shot there and he's bottom edged it into.
And I'm kind of amazed that you don't know about it. Like I'm pretty surprised. So,
Hey, do you know what the good news is for Lucknow, though, at the moment, Deepak?
As,
With Mammoth as another
yeah,
6 is
yeah,
hit.
and-
No. Oh, almost
Yes.
good effort down on the boundary, but he just gets it
So
over his head.
they've already reached 4.
Yeah. The good news for Lucknow at this point, of course, fellas, is that they're a lot more likely to make this chase possible with Muhammad Shami at number 8.
That's true. Yeah, that's good planning. Maybe save Puram
Yes.
for the last 2 or 3 overs and make him back 6 or 7 today.
You know, this is the day Puran goes nuts, but it doesn't matter, and they end up 50 runs short.
Yeah, he scored 80 off 19 balls. Is that 6
another
more?
big hit here by
So the
Priyansh.
at least 4 thing really worked well in this over because they've gone for 5 6.
5 sixes from the over, 5 of them.
Do you know
And
what?
the over
Do you know
for
what's annoying
32.
about this? This is when Simon Doole's going to be like, the boffins, the matchups. And we're all sitting here as guys who know the data going, don't bowl these fucking guys. Please don't bowl these guys.
Wind it back. I said before the over started, how many sixes are we
Jared,
going to see in this over?
Check this
Fine.
CR Cricket. I've shared the link of CR Cricket ratings in the comments.
I don't know of this at all. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
For us, like for I'm very sure for the Indian kids, 90s, this was the thing. I at least in our part of the world, it was like that. So maybe in the comment section, we might be.
How
able to
good were
get some-
India as a cricket team? Because at one stage here, Deepak, they won the Cricketer of the Year award 6 times in a row. And yet somehow the Australian cricket team in their pomp never won it 6 times in a row. Don't know, Rob.
Riddle me that.
How many times has Glenn McGrath?
No, so there was an inflection point where
Glenn
it
McGrath
kind of
never
became
won
a-
this award, but Gautam Gambhir did. Oh, fuck off.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
at one point of time, it was pretty massive in 90s, and there was an inflection point when it just sudden kind of vanished for us. I don't know. I don't remember when exactly that happened. So maybe in the comment section, people would be able to tell better because
I do like that one year Jonathan Trott won it, though.
There we go. That was my question. I would like to talk about 2010, 2011. So every year they award a Cricketer of the Year and a Team of the Year, but in the year that Jonathan Trott won it, they didn't award a Team of the Year. They just
Yes.
doing that then because Jonathan Trott broke the ranking system. What is going on with this? So basically, Virat Kohli wins it every year, apart from when Jonathan Trott wins it. Who made this award?
Wait a minute. 1996-97, when we have peak Murali and Ward, and we have Sachin, right? And we have Steve Waugh. The winner of the award was Venkatesh Prasad. Oh,
What did
fuck
he
off.
do?
What is wrong with you, Deepak?
so it
How
was-
are you
it was not
allowing
some-
this to happen? Why were you excited by this?
Behave yourself.
But I'm saying that this.
I
was
would have
the
been
thing
burning
for us.
Seat tires in the
So-
streets.
The Goenkas own it, right? Seat Tires.
Okay.
They own the company.
How many bowlers have ever won this award? Let's have a look here. Venkatesh Prasad. I can't believe I have to keep saying that out loud. Murali twice, so that's 3.
Ashwin.
Murali 4 times, sorry. And Ashwin, so 5. Everything else is a batter.
Did we get something in the comments from the audience about this?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm very sure they must be having
I had
some
the private
at
chat
least, like,
going. Oh, I love that.
They've hit 16 sixes in this innings so far, and there's 7 overs left.
Andy says top 5 IPL openers this year. Have you guys got a list?
I can-
Suryavanshi,
yeah.
Arya would be automatic, wouldn't he?
Mm.
Is Salt on that list?
Jaiswal's on it.
Jaiswal Salt?
No, not. I won't put Jasper in that list because I think in 3 innings he has kind of slowed down considerably outside the power play. So
Okay,
I
I
think-
thought one of them was completely fair enough to do it though, because he was just steering the chase home. I think Gill's probably in it now. Gill played
yeah,
amazing.
Gill, I would put in straightly because he's given the bulk to the team. So Vaibhav, Gill, Priyansh definitely. Prab Simran for that matter, the kind of innings he has had.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah, close. It probably is him. It's nobody from Delhi, is it? It's nobody from Mumbai.
Salt, Mumbai, Delhi, KKR. Maybe Abhishek also has an outside chance.
He's done it a couple of times, but he's also done his ducks again. I've got a question for you two, right? Because I've asked you both questions on these lives recently that I thought were impossible, and you both got the exact correct answer. And when I asked you how many reports I'd written, Deepak, you just went 40. And when I went to Jared, what was it? Was it a strike rate one yesterday, Jared? Where I was like,
Yeah.
what was this guy's strike rate?
Yes.
I went 113. I was like, it is. Okay,
Couldn't.
so before the start, my desk was up. Oh, yeah, this.
Oh, wait. Is it a wicket?
It has to be a wicket.
Connolly hits it straight up there. It is caught 87 of 46. The Prince does a religious gesture with his broken hand. Just saying, it didn't help you a minute ago, and he's gone.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that maybe we are going to see the second double 100 partnership from Punjab.
Yeah.
Ever.
That was crazy.
So what's your number, Rob?
So the question is, right, and I'm trying to think of something where you couldn't possibly know, right? So my desk this morning was utterly appalling, right? There's like 100 books on it, bits of paper everywhere, like discarded everything, and I cleaned it completely this morning, right? It completely clean of everything. And I have loads and loads of glasses for what do you call it? Blue light when I'm working, like these. And I also have sunglasses for when I drive to and from the office to come talk to you guys. How many pairs of glasses did I discover in amongst all the crap on my desk this morning?
7.
7 for me also. I was just about to say 7.
I will count them out in real time. This is going to be extremely annoying. 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
4, 5, 6. This is the last pair. 7.
7 was the number that came straight away to me.
Have we mind melded with you, Rob, or something?
What's happening here? This is like Mr. Mercedes when he just gets in everybody's heads and sends them all on killing sprees. Have you seen that?
I watched the first series and I never went back to that.
You shouldn't, because it just gets really, really silly. So the first series I thought was excellent. I'm surprised you didn't carry on with it after that. But the second series, right, I'm sorry for all the spoiler alerts, everybody, but basically the guy that is definitely dead isn't dead. He's in a coma. Like his head gets caved in by this girl. And then he's in a coma and everyone's like, you know, what should we do with him? Is like, obviously you turn the machine off because he killed loads of people. But instead, he then starts getting into people's heads. So he is able to control like stupid people via computers and stuff.
Because the first series is much better than that, isn't it?
Yeah, like normal. Like I was proper in from the first 5 minutes when he starts mowing everybody down in a Mercedes. But it just got really silly. But we stuck with it because I quite like, what's his name? Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah, he's great. Donald Trump says, make the 100 and BBL capitalistic, you'll suck. The 100 it's been privatized, Donald. So again, Donald Trump is wrong. First time ever, actually, maybe. My favorite Melbourne Stars story is the year KS nearly killed Russell with a bouncer. They played in the same team and had to legally socially distance the whole game. KS was involved with him quite a bit when he started. He was such a wonderful kid, but he could really annoy people by accident. Not everyone knew how lovely he was, but yeah. No, the best Melbourne Stars story has to be the guy who was the celebrity drinks guy, right? Who told the story that when Marlon Samuels and Shane Warne started a fight, Shane Warne started that just because he thought his team was going to lose the game, and just started a fight. That is absolute genius. I love that.
We might lose this, so what can I do? I'll start a fight. That's how we get back into it. Yeah, big fun.
It's Pratt says no comms have been as exciting as specs counting. I don't disagree.
But it's not possible for me to ask either of these two people a question and them not to get it correct.
And Priyansh is out. Oh, we thought they were both going to get hundreds, and they both have not got hundreds. As Priyansh has been caught at long off just with Mitch Marsh. We're going to check his feet about 30 times.
Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know.
It felt like as if he's kind of touched the
Just remember, before you make your decisions here at home, he is Australian, right? And he has claimed this as a definite catch. But he is Australian, so he probably hasn't caught it. Let's watch it again.
I'll tell you, in Australia, we were taught, like, if the ball's in your hands, you just throw it up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a lie. That's what I was taught by my club coaches.
Cameron Green was cheating earlier in the cricket match we watched because he's Australian and it's predisposed. I mean, it's quite close, isn't it?
I think he's okay, actually.
He is within the rope. But
I think it's one of those... Yeah, it's one of those few ones where you're actually like, I think there's enough gap here just to say that's not out. That's out, sorry.
I think he's fine.
He's got big feet too, to be fair.
Yeah. We're getting the zoom.
Content Cricket says this is scary from Punjab. They are favourites to win the tournament. Now beating this side, is looking next to impossible. Just for a minute, I was like, does he mean that because they're beating like I thought he meant beating LSG was next to impossible. Like I misread the thing. You can't over-index on beating a team who thinks Mohammad Shami is the number 8.
Yeah, they're just absolute clowns.
And also they're yet to face RCB, RR. I don't think so. The kind of matches they've played in last 2 games, I'm not going to rate them that high because today was dumb captaincy from Parag, to be honest, and the middle order is all over the place. But they haven't played RCB, they haven't played TC yet, I guess.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think there will be some spicy matches coming up.
Rohit says, "Is it misogynist to just have female cheerleaders? Not only is it the stupidest thing in the history of mankind that Americans have tried to make cheerleading into a sport to try and justify the fact that men need to see ass and breasts bounce to enjoy a sporting contest. You don't like sport if you like cheerleaders. I would go that far. It is the stupidest thing. If I went to a women's sporting event and we had men jiggling, I would be like, what has happened? What do I need? Is this because men need to be around something that they can masturbate over later in the day? I do not understand cheerleaders in any way, shape or form. I wish they would all go away and become dancers, which is a real thing they can do.
Now, there's a sport, a very popular sport in England called darts, right? And it's huge business. And about 7 or 8 years ago, so what used to happen if you went to watch the darts, there were 2 nice-looking women who used to walk the dart players.
Walk-on girls, I believe they were called.
Walk-on girls, that is exactly what they were called. Used to walk the dart players onto the hockey, right? And they would wear nice dresses, and they would walk on and walk off, and everyone would whistle at them, right? That's part of darts culture. And then subsequently, they would have 8 cheerleader type dancers in hot pants and crop tops dancing on the stage for 2 minutes before the start of every World Championship game, right? Like that, which is objectifying women really bad and all the rest of it. So what darts did when the whole the world started changing and people stopped being quite so overtly misogynistic is they banned the walk-on girls wearing the long dresses and kept the hot pant cheerleaders, so they're allowed to cavort around the stage and jump up and down, but the girls who walk on in dresses and wave and walk back again, they're banned. So yeah, what a stupid world we live in. I did that noise by accident, but I liked it. It fitted.
By the way, Phil the Power Taylor, who is one of the greatest darts players, chuckers. Of all time, he was doing an event at the Oval, and so the Oval decided to have walk-on girls for a T20 game.
Oh wow!
And the whole membership revolted.
Oh wow!
Yep, there you go. Fun story. I don't understand it. I actually don't understand dancing.
Do you understand darts?
No, I hate darts. Darts
doesn't
is
get
the stupidest sport I've ever seen.
I love it. I absolutely
love it. God!
You don't understand dancing, like any form of dancing?
Not really. I like to walk.
Would you
making me do it in rhythm?
Jared, if you're at a wedding and you've had a few, are you ending up on the dance floor?
Very rarely.
Oh, really? Deepak, you'd be straight up, wouldn't you?
Anytime.
Yeah, right. Quite right, too.
Very rarely. Do you know what I don't understand about dancing at a wedding or an event is that takes away from time I could be sitting in the corner talking shit with someone I like.
Yeah, but...
So my wife is a professional dancer now,
wow.
I'm okay with professional dancing. As I said before, professional dancing, no issue. That's a proper job to have.
So she's a Bharatnatyam dancer who's represented India also. So
amazing. What type of dancing is that? Indian traditional?
Bharatnatyam is traditional dance from, I would say origins are from Tamil Nadu, if I'm not wrong. Because I really hope so. I'm not wrong. Otherwise, my bike is going to burn me.
No issue. I've got no issue with professional dancing, stage dancing. So
she won the
anything like that, or even just people who like to dance. It's okay, but forced fun dancing, which is really there so that men can ogle breasts bounce, not for me. It's just not for me, especially because the vast majority of cheerleaders start in high school.
I have lots of issues around that, right? Which I agree with you on all that, but not dancing at a wedding I don't agree with it. I think you have to kind of get out there and jump about a bit.
Yeah, but you're not as entertaining. You run out of content. You're just not as good with conversation as I am.
Yeah, okay, but dancing is a lot of fun, as we
Another wicket. It's a collapse. Shreyas Iyer's out for 5 off 5. He sliced this to Shami at short third, and he's been caught.
So Shreyas Iyer's love with Mullapur continues.
So this was, after Markram's fun, this was 179 for 1 after 13 overs. And then you think, well, are we getting anywhere near 300? Because it is possible. Fast forward to 15.2, and they've only gone up to 193 for 4. Incredible stuff. And Shreyas just had no time for that sort of innings, and off he goes.
Guys, I'm just going to drop off LSG, but I think... after this over, just to let you both know, so and because I got to record something else, but I'll be back for the second innings.
Cool.
Okay. But like, to be fair to LSG, I think Punjab can even declare at that time, right? And still they will be in the reckoning for the.
Now you can't declare in a limited overs game, right? But you can retire everyone out.
Which we saw in a women's game recently, didn't we?
I was going to say, what was the game?
UAE. It was UAE versus, I don't remember the other team. I saw one reel from you, Jared.
Yeah. I remember the game, but I couldn't remember the details.
UAE, right? I've got it here. UAE against Qatar. So they got 192 for none in 16 overs, and it looked like it was going to rain. And they really needed the win, right, to stay in control of getting to the next stage of whatever they were playing in. So they retired out, and then they each came to the crease and retired out. The coach, Ahmed Raza, who deserves a shout out here because that is genius. Yeah. So they're 192 for none. They then all retire out and are 192 all out. And then they bowled them out for 29 and 1, and then it pissed down with rain. That's genius. That is absolutely brilliant stuff. Yeah. And he said, Raza said, whilst the innings was going on, we started hearing thunder, and there was a slight drizzle. So I went to the umpires and asked if I could declare, and they said no. So I retired the whole team out. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, that is wonderful stuff. Fair play.
Amazing.
And he said, this is perfect coaching. This extraordinary series of events should not overshadow our captain's 100 and our opening stand of 192. And our bowlers deserve credit too for doing a great job. That is wonderful, optimum coaching. That name again is Ahmed Raza, and he deserves to have that award that they gave Jonathan Trott for Cricket of the Year.
No, not just that. Can I take it a step further? Each and every single one of those women should have got an award as well. Because you only need one of them to be like, wait, what? No, that's going to ruin my average. Why would I do that? Right? And each and every one of them went, no, it is more important that we beat Qatar because we hate them, right, than it is that we make a lot of runs and get a washout.
I mean, we've all played cricket with people that wouldn't have done that.
Oh, my God. I would have said 85% of the people I've ever played cricket with wouldn't have done that.
But you are Australian. You are Australian. More like 5% for me, but
no, I think in Australia you're much more likely to do it. I think it's in the UK. People in the UK really know about the batting averages and they play for themselves so much. Australia's a bit different. I could see in Australia you getting everyone together and be like, this is our only chance to go. I've seen some wild things at Australian club cricket, like where teams have done crazy things, Rob, like declare like 100 runs behind and stuff. And,
I was asked this question, and in fact I kind of checked this with one of my friends who lives in Australia and has played some professional cricket there, and I was asking about the mentality difference, like what an Indian kid would have and what an Australian kid would have. So and the conclusion was that it all boils down to the kind of family culture you have. So if a kid in Australia would come back from a match, first question, Jared, obviously you can give more insights on this. The first question would be, did your team win or lose?
Yeah.
And in India, the first question would be, how many did you score and how many wickets did you take? So it's like...
I don't think that's just Australia, by the way. Sorry, I should say, I don't think that's just India. I think that Australia, the team result is really important. and in the rest of the world, the individual results are a bit more. That's what Australia does play cricket as a team sport, and the rest of the world is still catching up to that theory, right?
Yes.
And that comes down from England in the old days, because there wasn't even a team in those days, right? Like there were four posh blokes and 7 professionals. They weren't even sharing the same change room. So it was how many runs you made or how many wickets you took were far more important than whether you won the game. Because what do you give a fuck if you've won the game for the butcher and the blacksmith? I ran out of real jobs there really quickly, Rob.
You know, we were talking about family trees the other day. My dad took my family tree back like 450 years or something, and it is the single most boring family tree that anybody has ever had. Right? That I think it's my great grandfather, all the way down, like 12 in a row, Henry Barron the blacksmith. That's it. That's all they were. Henry Barron the blacksmith. His son was Henry Barron the blacksmith. His son was Henry Barron. So that's where I just all of them doing the same thing forever.
Is the name Barron related to being a blacksmith? Is it one of those or not even one of those?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
No.
Guys, I'm going to drop off. Will I see you both in the next innings?
You will.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you there.
I never leave. I just sit in my office for the entirety of the IPL and watch all the games. And
be honest here. You sit there and you count glasses.
7. Well, that's got rid of him.
So this is your office?
Yeah, I'm in my office. Yeah, I can't work from home. I've never been able to do it. I want to be dad at home, and I want to be at work when I'm in my office. So I can't mix those two things up, because if my daughter wants to play in the garden, then I want to play in the garden too, right? But when I'm here, I'm getting angry about people dropping catches all day.
It is like, this is the thing that was happening with me. So just before the live, I kind of signed up for a small tournament with my kids, both of them. So they were kind of waiting for it, and we started. And then suddenly I saw this message in the group that people come over. So I said, like, give me 15 minutes. It'll take me 15 minutes. We played 5 matches in those 15 minutes. The first 2 matches I won comfortably, and they both were kind of getting a little grumpy about it. And then
what were you playing?
My daughter, in the house only.
Yeah, nice. We went bowling yesterday, and my daughter was actually going to beat me at bowling. She's 9. She was actually going to beat me at bowling, but I had to get a spare on the last one and then get 7 or something. And I did it, and my wife was cross. She was like, why did you do that? I was like, well, because I didn't think I would be able to get a spare at bowling and then get another whatever. But I had to try, right? I had to try and win. And what's the point of... I'm definitely not going to just throw potential victories away, as Panthers just launched the ball at the batsman there.
Yeah.
Siddharth is all right here.
So my younger one, she's like 8, so she was finding it a little difficult to pick the spin. So she got really annoyed that why can't you simply throw the straight balls and be like, why the hell this ball is spinning? And suddenly she figured out that she just needs to kind of step towards the ball and she can swing it
nice
widely, and then she was hitting 6s for the fun.
Nice, it's good thinking. See, if you'd have told her, she wouldn't have had the satisfaction of working it out by herself, right?
Yes. And then I tried the other way around, so that should spin the other way around. And then she was just covering the line of the ball, and she was not even letting it to bounce. So literally, she won all the 3 matches on the trot single-handedly.
Nice. Where are we now? 197 for 4. They've slowed right down, haven't they? They've totally stopped hitting boundaries. They haven't hit a boundary since Conley got out, and then we get an absolutely ranked full toss, which only goes for 1. Yeah, they have hit so many boundaries that even if they don't hit another one, it looks like they've hit boatloads. But only 2 men have hit boundaries in this innings. 12 4s and 16 6s between those 2, and everybody else has really, really struggled.
And Cooper Conley's acceleration was simply mind-boggling, because he was 19 of 22 at one point of time, and he then just went bonkers post that.
Yeah, he was really struggling, and then they gave him Badoni, and we finally get a boundary. Wadira gets one down the leg side and just helps it on its way. Siddharth looks upset about it. I don't know what they're looking at here. Oh, they may think it's buys and they're going for an LBW review. I thought he dropped it for 4.
So Vadera is from Ludhiana, actually, from the same city.
Just watching this again. Yeah, he whacked it. I don't know why he thought he didn't.
Yeah. So he's from Ludhiana only. He's from the same city. So I know his
Okay.
childhood journey because his dad is a very good friend of mine. So
nice. 6
but
more.
He always from the age of 11, he was very serious that he wants to play professional cricket. But considering the fact that very few of them have been able to do that from Ludhiana, and we didn't expect that to happen because the city doesn't have that kind of a history. But he's kind of an outlier in that sense.
It's great when you see someone with that kind of drive succeed, isn't it, in front of your eyes?
Yeah, exactly. Because the overall ecosystem is not that friendly. I would not say exactly friendly because it's still messed up. So right now, the local cricket level in Ludhiana is even worse. It's a
He's
lot.
out. It's just gone, Deepak Wadira.
Yeah, so I'm not even able to. I think somehow something happened to my stream.
Hit me ball. And so he's basically just gone 4-6 out, which is better than Stoinis is doing at the other end. At least he got a couple of boundaries away. But yeah, he got a couple of bad balls that both went behind the wicket for boundaries. And then he's tried to hit this one, as he should do, into the middle of next week. And he's found Pooran 15 yards in from the rope. So it's 208 for 5 with 19 balls left of this innings. And the under-over line is 243. Shashank. There's a guy playing in the PSL in a current game. Sufyan Makeem, his name is. And I watched him playing the other day, left arm wrist spinner, and he was brilliant. And I was like, let me look into this guy's numbers. He's bowling beautifully. It was like watching Rashid Khan. Like no one could get him away, and he was getting wickets. As Shashank comes in and smashes his first ball down the ground for 6. And his figures, his last 5 games, Deepak, he's got at least 3 wickets in every game. As a middle overs spin bowler, he bowls in the middle overs. He comes on over 7, does what Rashid Khan used to do, 7, 9, 11, 13 normally. And he's got at least 3 every game. So he got 4 for 3, 3, 3, 3. And I don't think anyone's done that before. I don't think anyone's done 5 in a row. And he's going to be defending a massive target in a minute. So I want to see if he can do it again. As Babar.
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So is he from Pakistan or like?
Yeah. He
local talent only.
He looks the absolute business to me. Where was he born? Doesn't say. Yeah, he's Pakistani, I'm sure. I don't know where he's from. Bayram will know. As Babar Azam is 97 not out off 50 in that game. Wonder what that pitch is like. Bloody hell.
Boy.
Anyway, Rajasthan Khan to have another go, and Stoinis nicks behind. Wicketkeeper misses it, and it goes for 4. I think it's just over him, to be fair.
Yeah. Avish had a tough time today.
He needs a wicket, doesn't he? Because he's going at 17 and over now.
Yes.
To be fair, Pant would have needed a trampoline to take that. Stoinis needs some runs, I think, to justify his place because he's not really bowling, is he? And he's not done much batting in this comp, so he could do with a quick 25 here. So
yeah, exactly. That might be the reason that why they have kind of pushed him ahead.
Yeah,
Vadera and Shashank. They would like to give him some game time at the end of the day, right? Because his runs might come in handy at the business end of the tournament. Oh, that was some hit.
Oh my God, that's a flat 6. I thought, yes. Oh yeah, what a good shot that is for 4. But he's connected so well, and that's one of those 6s that he's travelling downwards the whole way. Right, he's hit over the ball.
And this
it's
is
gone.
not a small ground by any such of imagination.
So,
Like the straight boundaries are really massive.
What strength do you need to be able to do that? The ball is basically, it's gone flat, but it's traveling downwards, and so it's basically travelled. They've just shown the arc on the TV. It's not quite as flat as I thought it was, but bloody hell, that is some power, isn't it, for that to carry for six?
Yes. Wide, easily a wide, huh? I think they should review it.
You can review it, and they've got 2 reviews left as well. There's only 15
It
balls.
makes sense to review it, to be honest. I think they have reviewed it, right?
I don't know.
It makes sense to review that, right? Because it's hardly 15 balls left. You have 2 reviews left. Maybe they just don't want to slow down the game.
Yeah, they've not reviewed it. That's nice. I wish they would do it sometimes where it really doesn't matter. They just go, right, we don't need to just use these reviews for the fun of it. But I thought that one, like you, I thought that one looked quite close.
Maybe they feel that there's so much ahead, they just want to get along with this.
Smacked straight back down the ground for 4 this time.
This is
Abesh is having an awful time of it, isn't he? That's 46 he's gone for, and he's only bowled 16 deliveries.
And to be fair to him, post his injury, he hasn't looked that penetrative also. His pace is down. Earlier, he used to, if he's kind of getting smacked, he would clock it up to 140. But this was good 131, 132. Right in the slot. So
if he doesn't have the pace, then he is so hittable, isn't he?
Exactly.
You can't crank it up. What they need is Mayank Yadav back, and they need him now. Because this is no good from Abesh.
Got away with that one. It's as if Shashank wants to say I want to also have some fun.
So Shami's got one more, and Prince has got one more. Prince has actually bowled very well for his 120. If his hands are all right, I guess it has to be those 2 that finish off right.
And through the tournament, for that matter, he has really bowled well.
Yeah, Prince Yadav has been because he played a bit at the start of last season, and he looked all right, but they didn't stick with him for the whole season, I don't think. But this year he's looked like a genuine wicket threat, but he's also found the dot balls as well. He's bowled half his balls today have been dots.
Very street smart bowler who has kind of come through the system after bowling a lot of tennis ball stuff. So uses the angles brilliantly, because last year, clearly remember, he had a very beautiful working over against Head. And Head last year was a different beast. He was striking the ball. It was the start of the tournament. He bowled 4 different deliveries to Head, messed up his entire timing, his entire feet movement, and then bowled a beautiful 5th delivery, slanting across him and got his stumps uprooted. So it was a beautiful over. The way he kind of changed the angles, length, pace, everything. Beautifully kind of opened up Head in that over, and was finally able to break through. I think that I saw one video also on that particular over on YouTube, and it was such a beautiful explanation by that creator, and also the one who was executing it. So one amazing experience, and I expected him to be a lot more consistent as far as LSG is concerned, but they just didn't give him any chances post that.
Yeah, they need to sort themselves out as a franchise, because if you've got someone with that level of talent, give him a seat. Particularly last season when they were really struggling anyway, give him the season and go, right, we don't have any bowlers. They had so many bowlers injured, didn't they? We're gonna give you this season and try and blood you and give you the experience and all that sort of thing. Don't just take him out because he happens to get whacked in one game. Look at these bowling numbers now for this team. They're all getting smacked, every single one of them, apart from Prince Yadav. And how good would it have been for him to have another 10 IPL games under his belt now?
Yes.
Shami's back into the attack and has started off with a wide. So they've got 230 on the board with 2 overs left. So
270 is still a possibility?
It certainly is if they go to spin again. If they let Markram or Badoni have the ball again, it is. As Shami bowls another wide. So I think we know what the plan is this over. He's going to try and bowl on that wide line and get Stoinis caught.
Yes.
or tie up his boundary opportunities. Not seen much in this pitch, Deepak, have you?
Nothing, to be honest. But it's not a flat road, I would say. But definitely a good batting surface. But not a 231 in 18 kind of a surface. So they both have a history. Remember last year what happened to Shami against Stoinis when he got smacked for 4 sixes?
And he really doesn't want to bowl one into his slot here. So he's bowled 3 wide in a row, remember? 3 wide in a row, Shami.
Yes.
I don't know what we're reviewing for here. Did the umpire not
Wide,
give
I
it?
guess. Yeah. I think he has not given the wide this time around.
He hasn't given that. I thought that was miles wide.
Yeah, exactly. So Shami was bowling slot balls to him and he was murdering him in that match.
And he's
in
terrified
Hyderabad.
of doing the same thing here. He's clearly got the same memory as you of that incident. Oh, I see. So Stoinis has shuffled across. He's bowled it miles wide. It's just whether it counts how far that Stoinis has gone across. He might get away with this.
So that's borderline.
Fair enough decision then.
Yes.
So the wide line
Good one, I would
is
say.
8 inches there, and it's hit the new wide line. He'll get away with this.
Yes. But is it even possible as an umpire to have that much that kind of an accuracy? You're just like
Surely not. Surely not.
surely not, like
The naked
definitely
eye.
not possible, because with the naked eye, because you can't actually counter for the movement the batter has already done.
Why did the umpire just do this? He went like that. It's not 5 penalty runs, is it, for mucking about?
No idea. Can't be. Didn't make any sense.
Let's see if I can hear anything on the commentary.
He might be asking like how many balls left in the over.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he could have easily forgotten that, couldn't he? After every ball's a bloody
with
wide.
all the bites and everything.
So they're now thinking of reviewing another one. I thought that one was all right. So this is sort of a weird cat and mouse game between Shami, who really doesn't want to bowl anything in Stoinis' wheelhouse, and Stoinis, who doesn't know whether to leave them as wide or to chase after them. And at the moment, he's kind of half leaving them and half chasing them, which means Shami is now like net positive this over, only going for 2 runs off these 2 balls. He's really good. And now Stoinis is running all the way to square leg, and he's asking him about what constitutes a wide here. And we get to see umpire cam, which is fun.
Yes. It looks a little scary. It feels like as if they're going to have a boxing match here.
You wouldn't want Stoinis running up to you angry with a cricket bat in his hand, would you? Here we go again. Shami bowls short. I thought he clothed that, but it's far enough. And Shami now does not look particularly happy. And he's got to bowl at least 3 more balls in this over, which Stoinis will try and hit every single one of them for 6. He's towed that, Deepak. He hasn't got that at all.
Yes.
It's just how strong
pure
he is.
muscle. It's pure muscles, I would say. That was from the bottom of the bat, I would say. And for one moment, Longhorn might have thought that he's in business here.
I thought he was off the bat, and then it just sailed over his head. That's the 20th 6 of the innings, as the next ball is just a single. So Shashank will get a go at Shami now.
So have you seen that shot on YouTube where like Stoinis and his wife, they were kind of strolling the streets in New York, and a random photographer bumped into them and did a photo shoot, and he had no clue.
This guy's a cricketer, wasn't it? And it's like a cricket player or something. It's like, he's actually won the World Cup and he's really famous.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny
did
how
you see?
it happened. I think I saw like some pictures of it. I haven't seen a video about it. And Stoinis just played along, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't even kind of threw any starry tantrums during that. He was pretty comfortable about it.
It's another wide. Big day in the Premier League today. Man City against Arsenal, pretty much for the league.
I have no idea about them this season. Like, wow.
So Arsenal were miles ahead and have since been mucking it up. And if City win today, then they're in the box seat, I think.
But isn't it the case with Arsenal for the last 2 seasons also?
Yeah, Arsenal love chucking it away. Yeah, that seems to be the seems to be what they're up to. So Shami now has to bowl another ball, having gone for 2 sixes and 3 wides in this over. So we've had 16 already off this over with a ball to go, and these bowlers are now getting very annoyed at having to go and fetch it, because that's 21 sixties now in this innings.
So 270 still on.
Yeah, I mean, Prince is going to have to bowl the last, but let's say Prince has hurt his hand, then they've got to go to either Siddharth or Avesh for the last as another.
Oh, this is where this guy is so good, because he just hardly takes any time to get in.
16 or 4 is exactly what you want, isn't it, for someone coming in at this
Yes.
point? And now that over has been pelted. How many was off that one? Feels like
20. 20,
Yeah.
I guess. 20
Yeah.
in that over, right?
20 off the over. So in the PSL game that is on at the same time, they scored 255 in their 20 overs, and that is not going to be the highest scoring T20 to happen in this 5-minute period of the world, because they're going to get more than 6 off this over. I'll tell you that for nothing. If they don't, we'll have seen a miracle. It's got to be the Prince, hasn't it? Who's only gone for a runner ball, and everyone else is getting absolutely murdered.
Like, it's pretty surprising that this year, even though the scoring from most of the teams are a little better, but still we haven't seen those bizarre matches where teams are kind of getting 270, 280 for fun.
So he goes a bit leg sidey, and it's only the single. Stoinis slaps it away to Pooran.
250.
After
So
250,
already,
5 balls to go. How many is Shashank going to take him for here? Prince has been the one.
and just imagine if that 3 over period or 4 over period where they were kind of stuck and lost all those wickets, if that would not have happened, so 300 was pretty much on the cards today.
Well, in 3 overs, they lost 3 wickets, and they only scored 17 runs, 14, 15,
Yes.
16. That's when the scoring stopped, as another leg side-ish ball gets put away, but only for a couple, or only for 1. So Prince has got some sort of voodoo about him today, because they can't whack him.
And the context of the match, those 3 overs could have easily gone for like 60 if they would not have lost those wickets.
Well, the 3 overs before that went for 19, 18, and 32.
Yes.
And then they went 7, 7, 3, and then it's gone 18, 15, 20. So streaks of madness from both ends. Can Prince close this over out, though, is the question.
And suddenly in that 3 overs, the entire steam went out. Whoa.
Bowled into his field.
Whoa. Yes.
And he
got some tail on that ball, right? He got some tail on that ball, yes? That ball?
Yeah, I think so. So brilliant start to the over for Prince Yadav, who's only gone for 3 singles here.
I went on air praising this guy insanely last year also, and somehow LSG didn't see that, and I couldn't understand, because I really saw a lot of potential in him. As a genuine white ball bowler for the future.
Yeah, he looks like he's got the stuff, doesn't he? Very good.
Yeah.
Very good today. Yeah, they can't get that one away either. And it's a very good catch. I say to Markram inside the circle has taken a really good catch above his head there. So he gets the wicket that he deserves after this spell, or his second wicket. And I said that it was a certainty that they were going to get 6 runs off this over and beat Peshawar's Almi's 255. But it ain't a certainty anymore, because he's bowled brilliant here, Prince Yadav.
Yes.
Really, really good.
Mixed it up really well. This was a slow bouncer from him, when I think maybe there's a very high possibility that Shashank might be sitting on his back foot waiting for a Yorker to come in, or maybe a foolish ball.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Actually turn it into a slot ball.
So and he's not thinking guys that are scoring at really big strike rates here. This is top stuff from Prince Yadav. This is reminds me of the Boovy and Luke Wright numbers when Chris Gale was going absolutely mental. You will remember that, I'm sure. When Gale was 100 off 30, and Luke Wright was going for a runner ball or whatever. But Prince Yadav today, like, bear in mind, Shami has gone for 14 and over, Avish Khan has gone for 15 and over. Badoni went for 14 off his. Markram went for 32 off his. And this guy's going for 6 and over. Absolutely brilliant. Can he close it out? He's gone for 23.
And with that Bhuvi one also, I think Bhuvi bowled a good opening spell and it was doing a bit initially. So Gale took his time just because the ball was swinging a bit at that time. Here, Prince actually was able to do it in almost every phase of the match. So
just a single again off the 5th ball. He had a run-out chance. And to be fair to him, as the ball is hit back to him by Marco Jansen, he fully went for the run-out, and it would have been a run-out if he hit it. And a lot of bowlers wouldn't have thrown the ball there because they might have been concerned about going for the overthrows. But fair play to him, he went for it. So to close it out, he has to bowl the last ball at Stoinis, who is 28 off 15. And this over has gone for 4 so far. And the previous 3 overs went for 18, 15 and 20. So what a closeout this is. This is unbelievable, this spell.
And he has done that in almost every phase of the match. It's not like that he's...
Well, he bowled 5 dots to Connolly in the power play, didn't he? Only one of this one, the 68th second. They don't
so they could not reach 255. Just see.
That's incredible. I said it was a certainty that they scored 6. That over was in for about 13 and a half, and they've got 5 from it. That was a wonderful spell of bowling from Prince Yadav amongst a total of only 254 for 7, because that could have been a lot. That could have been a lot more than 254. They only got 21 sixes in that innings, and they only scored 254 because of one man, and that's Prince Yadav.
Yes. Amazing.
And now somebody who knows about computers is going to let us have a break, and we'll be back for the second innings.
Sure.
This is where we're really seamless on Combox. We always have a break as soon as it goes.
100 years ago, something truly remarkable happened in cricket. No one knew how to get Bradman out. And so some of the smartest minds in English cricket got together in a smoke-filled room at Lord's and they talked it out. It is no different than you talking with your uncle, with you whispering at the back of the bus, with you sitting around in the tea room arguing with your friends. This is what we do in cricket. We love the game, we talk about the game. And that is what we do at Combox, where the game lives on.
Welcome to Combox Live, where the game lives on. I have with me Varun Alvaconda and Paul Valthati, who during the nighttime dresses up as Rob Barron, or during the daytime dresses up as Rob Barron and does some trading and betting on the side. And his superhero persona is obviously Paul Valthati. So, and the reason why that is so is because we are going to pick an all-time 11 of Punjab Kings, which includes their Kings 11 Punjab avatar, of course. This was great fun to narrow down on, and I can't wait to see who we all pick. I'll just quickly recap the rules. While we are picking the players, only their performances for the Punjab Kings count. So they could have been elite elsewhere, but that does not count. Or they could have been bad elsewhere, but if they were good for Punjab Kings, that's the performance that counts. And we are taking a minimum of 15 games played, so that they've played roughly at least one season. And it's standard IPL rules of just 4 overseas players. And we are not picking an impact sub. We are picking 12 players, but it'll be a team of 11 and a 12th man. And yeah, so I think that covers it, unless you guys have anything to add. What did you do for research while narrowing down your list of names?
Oh, this was fun team to narrow down, right? Because it's what do you call it? If any other team we mess up the picks, it's wrong. But messing up the picks is perfectly suited for what Punjab Kings have done since the start of the inception. So it fits perfectly. This is actually the episode we needed Behram to fuck something up, actually.
Yeah, I found it quite hard. I mean, I watch Paul Valtati's 100 every morning over breakfast, and I have a life-size tattoo of Paul Valtati on my back. So that's my Punjab preparation. I thought it was easy enough, although I initially put Harshal Patel in because his one season was amazing, but it wasn't 15 games. I don't think. I think it was only 14. So I had to take him out. But I thought that season was that good that I would have put him in just for that season. So he was very close for me. But there's loads of random names for Punjab when you look back and you go through every year, and I love that. You're like, I forgot Luke Pommersbach was a man, and I forgot that he played for them. He's not in my team because Paul Valtati is going to do all his heavy lifting for him. But yeah, I love Punjab. Always have, always will. They get madder and madder every year, and hoping for more of the same this year.
Yeah, so so the pick order is going to be Saurabh, Varun, and then Rob, and then of course Rob, Varun, Saurabh. So I'll start us off. There was no obvious first pick for me in all the names that I shortlisted, but I'm okay. Yes, I mean I had to leave Paul Valtati for you, Rob. So there was no other obvious first pick, but so I'm going with the one that was most obvious amongst the rest, which is Akshar Patel.
Yeah.
He was, and he played for a considerable amount of time with them. He had great success with the ball. In fact, his breakout season was with Punjab. I think 2014 was his debut, and he wasn't really well known then at all. Sanjay Bangar was the coach then, and I remember he picked him up. That was the first year where uncapped players were part of the IPL auction. And Punjab had actually assembled an exciting team in 2014, which they took a long time to replicate, to assemble another exciting team, which I think they did somewhat in 2022.
I would disagree with you. They're exciting every season, just not good. There's a big difference there.
That's fair.
Like, what was it, 2024? They were by some distance the most fun team to watch.
Right. They had assembled a team that was capable of winning, let's put it that way, and playing exciting cricket in 2014. Their only weakness was they didn't have a spinner, and Akshar just stepped up, beautifully. So yeah, Akshar is my first pick.
I don't know if this is shithousing it, but I'm taking Shreyas Iyer.
I really wanted him in the 11. I'm glad you also took him.
Yeah. It's like, who else are we picking for this team in the middle order, right? There's not a lot of obvious Indian batters you can pick at 3, I think. There's a couple of openers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Shreyas' last season was incredible. I do think the cult of Shreyas Iyer is a bit too culty for my liking. It's like, I'm like, you can't just forget that he did have a go at India. He wasn't very good for India or in the IPL up to that point. Like, so it's just one season. If he does this again, I'm joining the cult. I will say that. Right?
You're joining me in the cult. I'm in the cult.
Exactly.
Yeah, our WhatsApp group's the cult, isn't it, really? You can't ignore those numbers, though. Like 175 strike rate and 39 a game or something. That'll do. 35 over 35 an innings is what he got. It's only 17 though, so sample size isn't like, you can't call him a great for Punjab yet. But on the evidence of what he's done for him so far, he got in my 11. And I don't really like the recency bias thing when you're doing all-time 11s, but you can't ignore those numbers when you're looking at somebody to bat, I don't know, 4, I guess, in this team. He stands out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I can save Valtati for later. Don't forget his bowling, though. It's hard to pick somebody in an all-time 11 for a team when he's only really done it in one innings. And he did get dropped several times in that innings, but it was great, and it's probably my favourite cricket innings, never mind IPL, that knock. I'm not going to pick him here, right? Because I'm sure one of you want to say his name later. I looked through and when it became like it's how they did for Punjab, not who are the best players they've had and who do you like the most, because that is obviously Paul Valtati, but KL's numbers are ludicrous for Punjab. They are mental, and I think he won the orange cap for them, didn't he? And he's got 2,500 runs for Punjab. He's striking at 140, which is absolutely good enough when you compare it to all the others. Considering Gale's strike rate for them is 143, right? So he's scoring at 140. He's scoring in the 55 games. He's got 110 sixes, KL, right? You wouldn't think that. He's getting 2 sixes a game. These are mental numbers. And his runs per innings, 46.4. That is Kohli numbers, runs per innings, 46. So on weight of numbers alone, say what you want about KL, he walks into the all-time 11 as the opener for Punjab.
And the keeper probably, right? I don't know if we have other keepers, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there is one we could, I have in mind. But KL, like all of those 2,500 runs, you know, I think there was like a sharp divide, right? Like there were some of those runs that were absolutely elite, and there were some that actually harmed his team more than.
What was it? It's either 90 or 40 or like 40 or 40, right? There was nothing in between there.
Yeah, exactly. But is that your pick, Rob?
Yeah,
KL is your
KL all day long for me, all day.
Nice.
You have one more now.
Oh, I go again. So
yeah.
I thought the other opener was really hard. So I'll leave that. I'll leave that to you guys. And I think Miller's too easy to pick. It probably gets in everybody's team. Somebody I did look at for like another overseas, but I'm not going to nick an overseas pick, was Azam Mahmood. I thought he was great back in the day. His numbers were very, very good. I think it's easier to have a good economy, 50 years ago when the IPL started, when he was bowling. But he got a lot of wickets. 29 in 22 is pretty good, but not him. Irfan Pathan was my guy for
I had him.
I had him.
I think he has to be. I think just as an all-rounder who you can rely on to be a good player for your team, his batting numbers aren't great. Strike rate 130-ish, 17 runs in innings, but he's going to bat 8 in this team, isn't he? So that's fine. And he got more than a wicket a game for Punjab at an economy of better than 8. That's good, right? That's a good effort. He's dangerous at the start with the ball. If it was moving, he was very dangerous, and he could do it in multiple phases. Really, really good cricketer. And considering the era that he played in, his batting was pretty good actually to tonk it at 130 odd, and bowling more than good enough. And I think as a number 8 that can bowl pace, I think all-time Punjabi's in my 11. So he's my second guy, Irfan.
Yeah.
I think
Irfan.
Yeah. That was it. Like I think the dumbest parts of this is like this is already more balanced than the RCB 11 that we did yesterday. Which like the fact that Punjab is more balanced than RCB, looking at the history of both teams, is hilarious to me.
It's more balanced but less elite, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
No, and Irfan, like you said, his numbers don't pop maybe as much, but just by the virtue of being decent at both, he just offers the team so much balance and flexibility, and he did it for a fair few years.
Yeah, I actually was looking at the advanced numbers. They hold up. I think he's just the negatively remembered because of the Dhoni innings, which helps CSK qualify. So I do think that plays a part with Irfan. But yeah, I really like him in this team.
100 years ago, something truly remarkable happened in cricket. No one knew how to get Bradman out. And so some of the smartest minds in English cricket got together in a smoke-filled room at Lord's, and they talked it out. It is no different than you talking with your uncle, with you whispering at the back of the bus, with you sitting around in the tea room arguing with your friends. This is what we do in cricket. We love the game, we talk about the game. And that is what we do at Combox, where the game lives on.
I love how dramatically we all come in completely different ways.
There's Rob vanished.
Rob was here. Rob's now been kicked out forever. I have Varun Alvaconda with me as well. It's all happening. Varun, were you on at the end of the innings?
No, I wasn't there for this game.
What are your thoughts? What have you come away with? What are your big takeaways, as they say in the biz?
As we discovered, Jared, no one can hit at the death.
Funny that. Someone should make a video on that. Oh, wait. In fact, can you edit that video when you finish this today? Rob Barron is back.
Hi.
I think Oh, he only has one pair of glasses on. So Varun's not here. Varun doesn't know.
I was
how
actually
incredible-
listening. Yeah, the 7
Of
pairs,
course it
wasn't it? Yeah.
7 pairs of glasses.
Very upsetting. I must be able to find a question that either Jared or Deepak cannot get the answer to. Exactly correct. I have to make it harder. Like pick a random page out of one of these wisdoms, and you have to say what number the page is or something. Is anyone else like quite scared of the robot dog? Like they really freak me out. Those things.
I wouldn't say
Agreed.
it scares me. I just think. Do you know what I like? Is the DP World truck.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Big fan of the truck. I like the truck. I did ask DP World if I could drive it, and they said yes, but then I haven't been in a position to be around the truck since then.
You need to make that happen, Jared.
I know. Whereas I don't want to drive the robot dog.
Wait a minute, is that Badoni? Is that Badoni opening the batting? It is, you know.
He is
You
opening
know,
the batting.
it is Badoni opening the Mate, is this the game where they just make Badoni do all the things that he shouldn't do?
I mean, that's nuts, isn't it?
I actually don't mind this. I think I might have suggested not Badoni opening the batting, but I think I might have said something along the lines of I think they should mix up the Mitch Marsh-Markram partnership.
He's done it before, Badoni, but Badoni's batted in every position ever, hasn't he? He's one of those. They just slide him up and down. I'd quite like to see Pooh run at 3 in this sort of chase.
Did you do any of these super chats, Rob, about Prince Yadav?
I don't know how to use super chats, so
Were they on the screen? Did you talk about them?
No one put anything on the screen for us to talk about, but we spoke about Prince a lot.
Ian says, "I finally get why Kohli and Pant rate Prince. I thought he bowled excellently, but yeah, really, really good.
He bowled superb all the way through. He bowled 5 dots, about 5 dots and a single in his power play over when everyone else was getting whacked, and then he came back at the death and went for nothing when everyone else got smoked. He was really, really good, really good."
Vibor says, "Any bets on the Arsenal City match, Rob?"
No, because I forgot that it was happening, but now I know that it is happening. In that game, there was a very, very funny goal. That's something that I've got out of it. I looked at half time, and basically, City kind of need to win, and then they're probably going to win the league. And if they don't, they probably won't. And City spent loads of money on Italian goalkeeper called Donnarumma, who, when they were 1-0 up, controlled the ball on his goal line and then dithered about a bit and fell over and kicked it directly into the Arsenal striker, who fell over himself, and the ball went in the goal. It's really good. So 1-1. And on such things, a title's decided as Arshdeep steams in for his first ball at Badoni, which is blocked behind for 0 runs. And
isn't that his second ball?
50. It's his first ball. Marsh got a single off the first one.
Oh, his first ball. Sorry, I thought you said
ball.
Arshdeep's first ball. Yep.
And so Badoni blocks it, which I strongly disadvise if they want to chase these, is the block.
Yeah, also, is there a reason why more teams don't bowl spin versus the Punjab openers? Oh, that's a good ball.
Arshdeep really
get
wants
bats on that?
the doing too much.
I thought that was bad.
Shreyas is saying it's going down. The keeper's saying, I think it's going down.
Shreyas seemed to be saying it hit him outside the line of the off stump, and the keeper seemed to be saying it was going down leg stump. Guys, only one of you is probably going to be correct there.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't review, considering what we saw earlier with the non-review. I think it's doing too much, isn't it? Probably doing too much, but
he kind of thought that was outside off stump. I think he just made a weird gesture to the wicketkeeper there.
The umpire could have easily given that out.
It was missing leg stump, wasn't it? It was a good ball.
Let's see. We'll see more from this one.
No, it's going down leg.
That's
probably clipping the outside of leg, but
I don't think it would have.
Oh, and he hit it, did he?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Great
Good
decision.
He hit it.
Not review.
Oh my
he
God,
was
he's defended this almost back onto his stumps again.
Why is he blocking? He can't have been sent into pinch block chasing 254.
It's a fair point.
No, is Markram injured, or was that a different game?
No, Markram did a really good catch in the last over. So
I don't remember him being injured.
I don't know. Why did I think?
Maybe his pride was injured from bowling.
I mean, firstly, he shouldn't have bowled, and secondly, my God, did he bowl badly? 32 from the over.
Coach Atharp says, I've actually once asked my girl back out when RCB picked him. His biggest flex back then was that he went to VK's wedding. Been praying for 6 sixes ever since.
Nice. I've got some good Ask My Girlfriend Out stories.
Oh, this is a shot. He flicks this away from outside off stump to backward square. It's a bizarre hit in the end. Sorry, who's the weirdest person to ask your girlfriend out?
So
Bumble. Is it Bumble?
Callum Best has asked Amy out before, who is George Best's son. He's quite famous over here, I would say. And
no one on the chat reacts to that.
What's the guy that Rampage Jackson also asked Amy out, who played B.A. Baracus in the A-Team film, and he's a martial artist guy. You must know who Rampage Jackson is.
I didn't ever watch the original.
They blocked the ball again. It wasn't the original. It's the new
one.
Oh,
you're talking about the new guy? No, I have no idea who he is. Okay, yeah, I see him. You actually you look very similar to him.
Yeah, me and Rampage Jackson are very close. Can I just say that the cricket team that chasing 255 spent that entire over blocking. Both bats blocked every ball. And they scored 2.
Gaji says, I want Rob's view on should cricket come up with a caught and assist by in relay catch. Shreyas and Akshar not getting recognition for those catches. Yeah, I think we did say that, Gaji. I'm not sure if you were on, but we have talked about that before.
It's Gargi.
We must start keeping proper fielding stats for us to consider assists, because we as soon as that happens, because you're right. I mean, how is it that Shreyas doesn't get any credit at all for that in any books anyway? You just have to have seen it and remember it, as Bartlett tries to get the scoreboard moving by bowling a wide, because the bat sure as hell aren't getting it moving.
So just on that, we actually, Gaji, if you have a look, we don't do the run-outs correctly either. So the run-outs is usually the last 2 people who've touched the ball, right? And they're quite often in run-outs 3 people who touch the ball. So the whole history of run-outs, I'm pretty sure we've missed extra fielders as well. Not to mention, I just don't know if the wicket keeper with the gloves on, just taking the bails off, always deserves that much credit in a run out. So there's lots of things we could do better. But Donny, just pushing this to backward point, I think, are they playing for net run rate?
They're just having a net. They're having a net in front of lots of people who have come to watch a cricket match.
Did I think this is an ODI?
Pritt says Markram has a horrible matchup against Archie. Well, I mean, he didn't go out in the first over to him, but I'm not sure it's a win.
I mean, 2 from a power play over on purpose is unacceptable at any time, but when you're chasing 255, it's very, very unacceptable. So we've had 0 attacking shots so far. Let's see.
What's the right amount? Oh, wait. He charges down and pushes this back to the bowler for no run.
He ran towards the ball and then blocked it that time. So they're getting somewhere towards trying to score runs. What is this, LSG? What sort of a franchise are you? Stop it. You need 13 and over. You have to hit the ball.
This is a good question. We can answer this one, actually, September. Question to Rob, how does the market pick a favourite? In spite of Mumbai playing the shittest cricket, they start as favourite every game. So we've talked about this before. We call this the Mumbai tax. As Mitchell Marsh plays an attacking shot, and that goes second tier. Huge hit.
To do.
Yes. So, no. Absolutely huge problem with the market is that there's so much money in Mumbai, they warp it every single game. It's not the only one. Chennai has a bit of a tax on them at times. And Rob, I would say Nepal is another team, the Indian men's team. Any others? Those are the 4 I've noticed.
So Indian men's, yeah, for sure. We've seen some really crazy ones with them. But yeah, Mumbai's the most famous one, and it stands to reason. Like Mumbai were 61% to beat RCB. 61% before the game to beat RCB. And they were 54% to beat Punjab, and there are 2 good teams out of those 3 teams that I've just mentioned, and the other one isn't, and the other one is the one that's going off as massive great big favourite every time, as we've had to get a new ball.
I was just about to say that Mitch Marsh has smashed that so far. No, so it's a huge thing. It's worth looking at. It makes it really hard to bet on those games because if you get on the wrong side of Mumbai actually not being crap, you get screwed over. But yeah, it takes the market a long time to realize. Hertz saying, Rob, my previous overtures are only a form of appreciation for your time and effort in these long watch-alongs. Cheers, man. Does that mean he doesn't want to shag you anymore?
I'm quite offended by that. If he doesn't, like, I didn't mean to put him off. If that's the case.
And Abe says, Rob, stop complaining. I'm on Punjab highest power play. I don't think you have to worry about that one, buddy.
I don't know, like 63.
Oh, it's only
People
62.
did
Yeah,
that.
you're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't that high. I just
63 is not a lot. Like, I would say there's very little in that. That's quite an entertaining one. I've had a lot of losing bets
Oh.
today.
It goes again.
long, but not long
No
enough.
man's land.
Might be a couple. I've had a lot of losing bets today due to people not being able to catch and stuff. But the one bet I've had that, by the way, that bet that you've had, I can't read the name. What's that? Abe? That is exactly 50-50 right now. Exactly 50-50. The one bet I've had that will not lose today, and if it does, I am not betting ever again, is Punjab to get the most sixes. Because they got like 21 or 22 or something. 21 sixes they got.
Yeah, I know,
If that
like
gets
LSG.
beat,
Oh, fair. Sorry, I know LSG can't win this, but realistically, what's their only chance to win this? Who do they target?
Piran goes absolutely bananas and just scores millions. But they have to send him in 3 for them to do that. The leave has just been played. The leave has just been played.
Good
I don't
leave,
think
though.
Mitch Marsh leaves a lot in Test cricket.
Good leave. I like it.
I don't like it.
No.
That's disband the franchise time for me. Start again. Like you've been relegated with KKR.
Okay, if they were to come back with another London team's football kit, who would you pick?
Well, you think this is Crystal Palace. I was like, it's between Crystal Palace and AC Milan. So it's definitely football. It's a football kit, isn't it?
Well, AC Milan.
leaves another one.
He's left
Oh
another
my
delivery. Mitchell
What the hell am
Marsh.
I watching here?
Look, even he's laughing. He's like, I don't know, guys. Someone told me to do this. It seems right.
The only explanation is they think they're playing an ODI. That has to be the only explanation.
What do you mean? That he just played 2 leaves in the power play. They got 2 off the first over, right? They didn't get 52, in which case you're like, oh, we can just have a think. Well, I don't believe what I've just seen. That is so far unacceptable. That's just because of your man's bet that they're doing that, trying to get over the line. Maybe Mitchell Marsh is on power play unders. I mean, they got 10 off that over, but they did have like 8 after 3 balls. What are they doing? So here's Arshdeep. So Badoni, who was 2 or 5 as a pinch hitting opener.
And now he's
he's
slogged
gone
this
for
through
4.
the line. He's going to
Finally.
get up a 4, but not pretty, not good, but 4.
Better. It is 4 though. I mean, you cannot score 4 if you leave it, and you can score 4 if you play ugly cross-batted slogs. So keep doing that, Badoni.
What if you leave a wide ball and it goes for 4?
That's fine. You have to be able to judge these things.
What if Mitch Marsh was leaving them, like when Bangladesh had that wicketkeeper who stood in the wrong spot? Maybe he thought that was going to happen.
Oh, this is a York.
Very good ball.
So, just a reminder, Ayush Badoni is currently 6 off 7. 6 off 8, is he?
Ah, shit. Missed that.
6 off 8.
I just got a message from a professional cricket gambling friend of mine. If you were a professional cricketer and your team were chasing 13 and over, and your opening bat was shouldering arms, you could be forgiven for running onto the pitch and punching him in the face. I agree.
Well, it was 6 off 7. He gets this one away on the leg side. And Ayush Badoni is now scoring at a runner ball.
Well done, pinch hitting opener.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, they came back for 3. He's ahead of a runner
Oh my
ball.
God.
Well, we've seen a 3 and we've seen 2 leaves, and I didn't expect to see any of those things. In the first
Also, I love the fact that you're batting with Mitch Marsh, who has hamstrings made of cheese, and you're like, let's just make him run an extra run before. Mitch Marsh is going to play a tired swipe across the line, and it's straight up in the air now.
Market thinks they chase this 1 in 14, whereas they actually chase this 1 in 14 billion. What do you mean 1 in 14?
You say 1 in 14. Oh,
There's the big lofted shot from
Mitchell.
Mitchell Marsh. Here's long off coming around. Should have caught it. Kicked it. Missed it.
Oh my God.
And it's
nearly
just
hit
picked it up before the boundary.
The Shreyas. Oh,
I think it was Shreyas, was it?
no, I think that was Shreyas. No idea.
The feed that we're all on is really not
Shreyas.
good. It is Shreyas,
Shreyas.
yeah. The feed we're on is not really good at just sticking with the person who...
What it does, the feed that we're on keeps showing
random crowd shots.
An old crowd.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help anyone. That's a drop.
Not
catch.
even sometimes from the right game.
No, not at all. Why would you? He's actually tracked that all the way, but just before the ball got to him, his hat fell off, Shreyas, when he's trying to catch that. So just before it got to him, his hat fell off. Then his trousers nearly fall off. So if he basically played his own version of Buckaroo instead of trying to catch that ball. He got half his trousers off and his entire hat while that ball was in the air, but he forgot to.
Oh, what a ball from Arshdeep Singh. It's a beautiful in-swinging Yorker, and
God.
he has nutmegged this, Mitch Marsh, for 4. Absolutely not on purpose.
So one of the only boundaries they've scored is off the full block, and basically Marsh didn't want a broken toe there, so he very quickly opened his legs and threw in the ball, and nutmeg is the correct description. That is an extremely lucky boundary. And they chased this 1 in 12, apparently. No, they don't.
Are you betting, though? Or are you just pointing out that it's stupid?
I've had a bad 3 days in a row bad, having had every day apart from one good at the start of the IPL. The universe is dropping all the catches again now. So I am not going to tempt it by belting into a 1.08 shot. I don't think
That's a really good shot.
Timing on this from Mitch Marsh. I thought originally he just pushed it back. And mid-off and mid-on both weren't far away, and they just both sort of watched it go past them.
Yeah, I think that's Shreyas again. Like he didn't want to lose his because he lost his trousers and his hat on the last ball. So I bet he thought if I dive at this one, which he probably could have stopped, then how many items of clothing do I have to shed? 1 in 10 now. 1 in 10 they chase 250 with a very bad batting lineup.
Did you say 1 in 10?
That's what the market says. They chase this
Bloody
1 in
hell.
10. They also think Nicholas Pooran gets the most runs, 1 in 9. And you don't see that very often next to Pooran's name when one of the bats is stinking. Both the bats are stinking, really. I guess that last shot from Mitch Marsh was actually very good.
Yeah, agreed.
Basically just a block for 4. 8-1 Pooran interest you here, Jared?
Yeah.
It's not a number you see next to Nicky P very often, is it?
No. And also, I just feel that he might just slog his way back into form, right?
I think it's the best way for him to do it.
And that shot from Batoni, he's tried to slog this, and it's just like, it's like watching a 2-year-old blow a feather. It's just gone nowhere, that ball. It's dribbled out to mid-wicket for no run.
This is a disappointing innings from Badoni. I've always felt a bit sorry for Badoni because he got a 50 very early. It might have even been his first ever IPL game. He got 50. And then they rewarded him for that by like making him bat in a different position every single game. And it must be very difficult. But he looks like a bad idea as a pinch hitting.
This is not a bad idea.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Length ball, hit back over the bowler's head for 6. That was lovely. It was not the best delivery from Bartlett. Overpitched a little bit. But finally, so, incredible timing there. And Badoni doesn't hit a lot of 6s either. So be happy with that.
I have to have an argument with giving him another 21 runs, though. I think that's a lot for him. That's a great shot, to be fair. He must feel a lot better after that one. He's done everything right, hasn't he, there, with that cricket shot.
He's 42nd 6 in IPL.
Oh, by the way, Jared, how high or low do you rate Cooper Connolly? I know that he's one of those, like, he's almost, is he like Australian Jacob Bethel, where he's like, everyone thinks he can make runs, but he actually hasn't?
I think he's not as good a bat as Jacob Bethel. I don't think he looks as good mechanically. He looks a bit robotic at times. I think he's a really bad starter. And As this one is slashed to backward point and for 4, I think. Yeah, look, I think he's interesting. What I can't work out about him at the moment is that where is the like this tournament? Obviously, they've sent him up at first drop, and it's worked so far. We've seen Ponting kind of do this with people before, but where is he actually going to bat in his career, right? In all formats is a little bit more confusing to me. The one thing I would say is that I think he's probably not as good a bat as Bethel, but he's a much better bowler than Bethel. We would all agree with that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So if he can bat at 5 or 6 in red ball cricket for Australia and somehow get himself into a better position up the order, as Badoni, it's this mid-off. Yeah, thought it was going to be a catch, but it just fell short of Shreyas. Yeah, I a bit like Bethel, I actually don't know where his best position is, right? And so I'm not sure how they can develop him correctly at the moment. But unlike Bethel, he can bowl. So you can get away with him being the second spinner in places where you need a second spinner without them being a specialist. You don't want him to be... You want him to be the third spinner in Asia, the second spinner outside of Asia.
Can they play him and Cam Green in the same team in the test team?
Well, not unless Cameron Green gets actual human form back. Right? I mean, Cameron Green was batting at 4, and now he's batting at 9, isn't he? I mean, how much further do they need to move him down the order? Like, eventually, you just drop off the team sheet.
That's true.
Once that, he'll be a concussion sub soon.
The thing with Connolly is right from the start of his career, he looks like he has the big game player attributes. And a lot of people love that, don't they? Like when he started, one of his first innings was winning the Big Bash final from absolutely nowhere by himself, kind of thing. And he has, when he's been given opportunities for Australia, he's bossed it, as Marsh plays an absolutely beautiful straight drive for...
Because Arshdeep missed it on the road.
Oh my God.
The fielding has been very bad. So this is why, when you're on a bad run, steaming into a 1.08 shot does you no favours, because the ball goes into fielders' hands and then it just, they roll it along the road, that kind of stuff. And now it's like 1.14. Oh, God, I've felt this before. But do they chase it 1 in 8? They don't chase this 1 in 8, do they?
The big mentality thing, though, Rob, I would say, is that let's not forget that Ashton Agar was said to have had that.
Yeah, very true.
And I'm not saying he didn't have that. He just wasn't as good at cricket as he needed to be. So I think when it comes down to it, you need to be quite smart about how you think about all that sort of stuff. So it's how you develop him and where does he fit into the side. I don't think he's a genuine top 3 player. Like, I know he's done well so far in this tournament, but I just don't think he's a genuine top 3 player in international cricket without an impact sub.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm not saying he can't become that. So can they get him to bat at 5 or 6? And if that's the case, that's fine. I just remember Cameron Green actually batted at 3, didn't he? So Cameron Green went from 3 to 7.
No,
I think he batted every spot in between, didn't he? Except for 5.
I think there was a ODI series where Connolly bats at 3 and he bats well. So I don't hate him at 3 and 4 in limited overs cricket.
Yeah, limited overs cricket is maybe slightly different, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite young, and he actually, outside of T20 cricket, he hasn't played much cricket.
The other thing, Jared, is as we were discussing recently, there is no number 3s in the world at the moment in T20 cricket. So if he can bat there, he might be like ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, and if he is he good enough to be a 5th bowler in international cricket? Maybe 5.5 with Stoinis or Maxwell around him?
I don't mind 5.5. I'm nervous if he's a 5th bowler.
If him and Cameron Green are in the same team for Australia, that's your 5th bowler, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
His numbers are quite good, but it is very telling he has not bowled a ball in the IPL yet, has he?
He's just turned down a single there, by the way, Mitch Marsh.
Well, how do I keep missing that?
And what is this? And they're actually doing all right. They're 45 for none off, 46 for none off 4.3, but he's blocking balls, leaving balls, and turning down runs when they're chasing 255.
Which one did he turn down?
The ball before last.
But there was a mid-off in the circle, wasn't it?
No, hang on, let me watch it back.
I'm just looking at Cricinfo. I don't see it, and I didn't see it live. I could be wrong. Scoop by Benoni. I like this,
before.
and he'll pick up
Yeah.
a
No,
little
scoop
cheeky
before, nice.
And 50's up for them.
That was a scoop off the slow ball too, by the way.
Yeah, he's very good at that. The scoop and the flap, sort of just over his shoulder. He's very good at that. And he's picked that up from outside.
Is he batting faster than Marsh now?
They're about the same before that ball, weren't they? So
Yeah.
yeah, he's slightly quicker, isn't he? But about the same. So they are 50 without loss after 4.4. Bedoni is facing Marco Janssen, who, even with that boundary, has had a pretty good start to this over. And this is full outside of stump. And this is drilled down the ground for four.
Again.
Yeah, nice.
I like that. He's batting well now.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
no,
he blocked more balls.
When I said he turned down the single, he did. So basically, he hit it to the guy who was on the very edge of the ring, who completely misfielded it and was on the floor. And Bedoni was halfway down, and Marsh actually said, "No, I'm not running." I don't know whether he's feeling his hamstring or whatever, but he legitimately could have got a single off that ball. And he didn't want it.
Okay.
I have a weird question. Like, are we at a point now with batting teams chasing 250? Are like, well, we don't need to over attack. We can just bat normally, and if it's a good pitch, we can get it.
I agree with you, but it's really hard to score runs at the back end.
Yeah, I don't think you and I both know this, Jared. Teams are very slow to realize trends.
But yes, I suppose they think that. I would agree with you on that. Gian says, we aren't chasing this. Can we forfeit? No, but you can retire out all of your batters.
What a brilliant effort that was.
So they are 55 after 5 overs. Big thanks to Cricket 8 for allowing us to use their scorecard while ours is being built so that we have something on the screen rather than nothing on the screen. Prudvi says, how granular is the involvement of the owners like Goenka? It's outside of start. Beautiful timing by Bedoni again for another ball four.
Yeah.
Jeez, timing has been...
Yeah, because they're nearly going at 12 and over, and they've not tried really hard, have they?
For example, would he make decisions regarding batting order and tactics from game to game, even though he should just shut up and pay smart people? No, he would not make those sorts of decisions. He may try and pressure them into getting one person into the team who shouldn't be in. Be very shocked if he was involved in batting order and tactics. Can I tell you the worst story from my time as an analyst?
Yes, please.
When I was the analyst with St. Lucia, we got stuck. I got stuck in Jamaica for an extra night because no one told me we were flying via America, and I didn't have a transit visa to go via America. So I had to spend a whole extra night. And for whatever reason, the owner must have gone. So I don't think he came to Jamaica, and so we ended up traveling on the same flight into St. Lucia, and then we got his private driver to drive us out to the hotel and everything, right? And he decided to tell me that he wanted me to come up with a scorecard that proved that the team wasn't batting fast enough, and I had to come up with a mythical scorecard of how each player could actually make runs that would help us get to a total, right? So I had to. So the total that he wanted me to come up with was 214. Let's say I'd have to go back and check, but let's say he said 214, and I was like, "But that's not how cricket works. Like, you can't just tell the team to score 214." And he goes, "No, Jared, you don't understand. You have to come up with a plan of how we would score 214." And I don't know how to do that. And he said, "Well, just come up with a scorecard and put the amounts next to each player."
Nice.
Right?
Isn't that just, can you add up to 214?
Basically. And so I said to one of the assistant coaches, I didn't see Brad Hodge or Kyron Pollard, but I said to one of the assistant coaches, the owners asked me to do this crazy thing. And he goes, Jared, he's the one with the money. You have to do what he says. I went, no, you don't understand. Like, what? He said, no, you just have to do whatever he says. So I'm like, oh, fuck it then. Okay, I don't know. So I came up with this list of how we would get to 214. I think it was 212, but anyway, I came up with it. And then I gave it to him. I said, don't show this to anyone because it's all made up. And he went, I know. Then when we got to St. Lucia, to the team hotel, he asked every senior person to come in for a meeting and then showed them my fake scorecard.
Oh, my word.
Now, remember, I'm about a week and a half into the fucking job here, guys. Right?
Oh, my.
I've got Darren Sammy, Kyron Pollard, Brad Hodge around me. Bunch of assistant coaches, really respected. Roddy Eswick's in the fucking room, right? And he's showing this thing to them. And Kyron Pollard, about halfway in, turns to look at me and just looks at me as if to go, are you an idiot? Right? I'm trying not to laugh at how silly this is. Brad Hodge is openly laughing at the owner at this point, right? We have the worst meeting I've ever been involved with in almost anything as he's caught mid-wicket. Badoni, he's gone.
And that fella that had the bet on the highest first six had a brilliant sweat then to get his bet home.
my God.
He's got to buy a run.
They needed 63 and they got to 59 with 5 balls left at the power play and 2 guys set. And it went 1-1 ... wicket. That's how you do it. I need a bit of that. What have you had for breakfast, whoever was on them?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get out of that mess, Jared?
Was it a bay?
So we're now in a situation, Rob, where everyone in this room is staring at me because they're like, and remember, they've only met me a week and a half before. I didn't really know anyone. And the only person I kind of had a relationship was Darren Sammy, right? But not much. Yeah. And he's gone dead quiet. He's not speaking up for me, right? No one else is speaking up for me. This meeting's getting worse and worse because Kyron Pollard now is trying to explain to an owner why just coming up with a score is not going to help you score more runs. Right?
But did you have any named players on this list? Did it say like you score 6?
I had to so it's like,
oh my God.
Yeah, so I've got Raheem Cornwall for like 36 off 15 and Brad Hodges going, but how do I tell him to make 36 off 15?
You're the coach. That's your job.
Basically, what the owner was saying is, you're the coach. That's your job.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And this is high-level cricket. This is proper franchise cricket.
Darren Sammy, Kyron Pollard, Brad Hodge, David Warner, right? Mitchell McClenaghan, Mohammed Sammy. Like, we've got proper Mark Chapman. I could go on. Raheem Cornwall, Andre Fletcher.
You're in this room, right, when this is... and how have you got yourself out of it? Have you just sort of shrunk and gone, I can't say any words? Or did you say, listen, lads, I got asked to do something. It's all horseshit, and there it is. Or what happened?
Well, so I can't say that in front of the owner, right? I can't say in front of the owner there. So they're trying to ask me questions, and I was like, guys, look, I was very, very clear. I said, look, the owner asked me to do this. If you've got any questions, you need to ask him. I obviously didn't think this would work, but he's the owner, right? And he's still in the room, and he's still telling them, no, Jared did this, and we're going to do this, right? Okay. We, without thinking, when the meeting finishes, we all get up to go into the lift, right? It's a hotel lift. It's not very big. And it's like me and Kyron Pollard are like right next to each other. And Kyron Pollard turns to me, and he's about a foot taller than me, yeah? And he turns to me, and he looks down, and before he could say anything, I said, I don't know how you didn't laugh in that meeting, man. I don't know how you didn't laugh in this guy's face. And that stopped him. But then the assistant coach I was telling you about starts going, I can't believe you did that. How could you sold out our team and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dickhead, you were the one that told me I had to do anything that the owner, I specifically came to you. And he goes, nah, that conversation never happened. And I went, and so at this stage I was like, and they respected me for having to go back, even if they might have thought I made it up. That's how cricketers work, right? They actually respected me because I went back at this guy so hard, right? Yeah. And then when Pollard heard that, he did chill out a little bit. Brad Hodge came up to me in the bar later, just pissing himself, laughing, going, I can't believe he asked you to do that. I can't believe you did it. Right. So the score that this guy came up with was 212.
Yeah. Have you got the sheet?
I don't have it in front of me, but I'll tell you this. That night,
send me a copy of that sheet, please.
Rob, that night we played the game. Would you like to know what St. Lucia made?
No, fuck off.
St. Lucia made 212.
Oh my God. Did you just walk around going like this?
And so the owner runs out on the field and goes, I told you guys. I told you guys. And me and Pollard are looking at each other. Brad Hodge comes over and goes, that is the worst thing that could have ever happened to us, guys. And he was right, because the next game, the owner gave us another score to try and reach.
Oh my God. So you said this time it's 236, or this time it's 202.
Now, it gets worse, because while that tournament was happening, there was something going on with St. Lucia and anti-corruption.
Oh dear.
Right?
And you've had the analyst writing down exact scores that the team...
Yes!
Well, see, that doesn't look great from an integrity point of view, does it?
So I had to tell them that I did this thing, right? But this is what was great. There's this great... He actually lives around the corner from me now. This great old guy who used to be a copper who works for... I told him, and he went, Jared, there's no way that you and the owner could actually make that happen, so we're not worried about that. And I said, I know, but I had to tell you in case someone else told you and I looked like an idiot. So, how granular can they get, Prudvi? That's how granular they could get. Wow. And that's the first time I've ever told that story publicly, I should say.
That's amazing. Amazing. Can you find that sheet? Find that sheet for me, please. You must.
I can't find the I would have it. It should be in my notes. What I can do right now...
There's no way you threw that away. No way.
No, because I was going to write a book on the whole thing, and then I was so pissed off at the end. I've got about 50,000 words of a book on my time at St. Lucia.
I'd quite like to read that too. As Marsh slogs Marco into nowhere. Got a rubbish knock list from Mitch Marsh. I have a feeling that Mitch Marsh is feeling his spaghetti hamstring here. Is that the scorecard? I can't read that.
212 they made.
Oh, I can read it now. 212.
Yeah.
David Warner, 72 not out. Raheem the Dream, 53 off 29. And
I'm pretty sure I had him scoring 30 off 15 or something.
Pollard orchestrated the 2-1-2 there, didn't he?
Yeah, it's his fault.
65 off 23. I must have bet on that game. Absolutely must have done. Yeah. What year?
This is Big Six here by Rishabh Pant.
Wow.
Yeah. That was 2018. And then the next game, he batted at 4 again, Pollard, and made 100. His first 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, that was one of the hardest professional moments of my life, Rob. That whole thing. And you have so it's about an hour's drive, right? It's about an hour's drive from the airport to St. Lucia. And I think he'd been talking to me on the plane about it as well. I think he got me to come up to business class so we could chat to it about it. And so I think I spent maybe 2.5 hours telling him how this was absolutely the stupidest thing.
Oh my God. It was
another 6. One-handed one by Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
I was actually telling him this is the stupidest thing you could do, and no cricketer will ever respect you if you make me do this. And he still made them do it. Then he showed it to them. Then he printed it out for them all, Rob. And then he claimed victory when it happened.
I like the cut of this guy's jib. That's proper management, that. So yep. What if he's just an absolute mega level genius and he orchestrated all the nonsense himself, and it was like, I reckon I can get them to score loads by just orchestrating this complete nonsense.
I mean, to be fair to him, I've never heard anyone do that before.
Because Pollard was going at that rate for a reason that day,
yeah, exactly.
Getting 60 off 20. And he was thinking, well, they told me that the score that we were going to get was 212 or 213 or whatever it was. So I'm going to get us that. Like maybe that's just buried in his subconscious when he goes out to bat. Rishabh Pant is there for a good time, not a long time here.
This just reversed.
And how much I missed that, Rob. You don't know how much I missed that version of Pant.
This is the proper Rishabh Pant.
This is what we want. The absolute high octane, nobody cares. I'm going to hit every ball for 6.
I don't like it when Pant does this reverse scoop. I'm like, he's so good at just hitting down the ground. Why?
No, he should play every single shot.
I want every single type of shot that is possible. Who do you think is favourite to be out next, having just seen that cricket shot? Every ball. The correct
answer is... Abe is saying, oh my God. I also backed Badoni top bat at 9-1. Not perfect.
I don't think I've mentioned this today, but I had a load of money on no 50 in the first game at 10-1.
Yeah, you never mentioned it.
And when the scores were tied, there was one man at the crease to finish the game with nobody scoring a 50, and the other man sent him back and then hit the next ball for 6. Anyway, Chahal was into the attack, and when you're defending 250 and you've got Chahal, he should get 5 wickets because you've got to go after him. And long on and long off should be in business for Chahal. Mitchell Marsh either needs to walk off or get going right now.
Prithvi says, when can I expect Combox to start providing owner pass scores? Good money to be made.
I mean, it's genius, isn't it?
We should have tried to do that before this inning started, Jared.
Oh, someone's just taken away one of the other super chats, which we haven't done yet.
I thought we did. We did the Abe one.
How many
Yeah,
Mitchell Marsh?
you just took away. You took away Abe. There was another one that was just there. It was a really expensive super chat too.
No, I
27.
didn't take that away.
It's Jazz
Yeah,
Jot Singh.
Yep, this one, right?
Yeah. Did you take it away or did the producers?
I didn't take it away.
That's fine.
I took away Abe's one.
Good first ball from Chahal here. Slides on. Hit out on the leg side. Well, Mitchell Marsh is being made to run twos now.
Yeah, he's not going to like that, is he?
There was only just a 2 in that too. Jazz Jot says, we're seeing a turnaround with Punjab. Is it really down to influence of Ponting and Iyer, or does this show how much leadership and team culture matters more than just players' talent only? There's a lot of talent here. They've got a really good bowling lineup. Look, I've said this before. You kind of have to know how you want to win games. You have to accept that sometimes you win games in fluky ways, and Krunal Pandya will have a great season with the ball, and Cooper Connolly will come out of nowhere, and all this sort of stuff. But you have to know how you want to win games. And if you look at Punjab now, I think they have a really good idea of how they want to win games, and they've tried to build a structure around that.
That is fair.
There goes again, and is that a 4? No, it's a 2.
It might be 2.
Yeah, I think.
Mitchell Marsh, his hamstring is going to snap it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think a bit like RCB, they have their bowling attack has a pretty high floor, I want to say, and the batting ceiling is insanely high.
Yeah,
I think Sean and I were talking about this.
Whereas
they probably have
the old Punjab clowns from a couple of years ago, who batted like maniacs. It's like, well, even their batting had a high ceiling but a terribly low floor, and they couldn't bowl back in those days, could they? Like, this is a much better bowling lineup.
No,
he's trying to get out, your man, Rish. Have you got the bet on, Rob?
Yeah, I backed Pant out next at evens. And I was very happy with that. He's absolutely going for it. I also quite fancy Marsh unders as well, because I think there's something wrong with him here. Like, Pant should have gone that ball, shouldn't he?
Did that hit his gloves and go up? He missed that by a mile, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that might have got some thigh pad as well. I don't think Marsh is going to be there much longer.
Here he goes, slog sweep straight to the fielder at the mid wicket. No,
half a dozen.
But that went flat.
I just thought that was catchable, but he hit it so hard, deep mid wicket barely moved. So just to finish this one, Jazz Shot, what I would say is, I think there are lots of people who have a go at Ponting tactically some days, and we also have a go at him for turning everyone into an anchor when he doesn't need to, which he hasn't done as much with this team recently. But he is actually very good at organising the structure of cricket teams. We saw that with Delhi. We've seen that with Hobart at times, and we've seen that with Punjab. Is that fair to say, Rob?
Yeah, I think it is.
Do you know what they always said about him as a captain? Everyone had to go at him tactically, but they always said he was very good at understanding role definition as a captain and getting the most out of players who were not thought to be stars.
I am so big on role definition. I think it helps franchise teams immeasurably. Like, if you just go, this is what I want you to do, and maybe the player is limited, you go, this is what I want you to do. Yeah. This is your job. And if it's like, all I want you to do is try and hoof every single ball for 4 or 6 in the power play, that's it. That's all you got to do. Don't care. Suyvanshi, for example. That's all I want you to do. Nothing else. Then he knows. And if he fails by doing it, you go, I asked you to do a job. You did your best to do it. Not a problem, mate. Whereas if you do the Badoni method of, like, every single time he bats, he's batting in a different position with a different role and a different plan, you have no chance of developing that cricketer, because his mind is scrambled almost by definition from what you're asking him to do. Did they have a reasonable chance to run Marsh out then, that last ball or the last over? Because I think he's struggling it.
His hamstrings are almost non-existent, aren't they?
I mean, this is where the bookies put up 33-1 run out, and you're like, well, he's actually.
I think he might have just got in, but yeah.
Close. it's not 3% that he gets run out, is it? I think that was out actually on the second viewing.
He's taken 20 balls here. He's really just got to start hitting 4s and 6s. I know that sounds stupid, but he's taken up a lot of real estate in this innings at the moment without really. And I know once he gets on a roll, he might do that, but he kind of has to do that. If he goes out,
yeah, they need more than strike rate 200, and his strike rate is what 160 something at the moment.
So it might sound a little bit harsh, but he just kind of has to catch up now.
Well, Pant's come for fun, hasn't he? 18 off 7 and
Yeah.
just wild swings at everything. This is what we want, because if Pant does get a load of runs today, it's going to be incredible entertainment, because he's trying to score more than 360 degrees.
Oh, by the way, Rob, I never talked to you about the fact that we made 212 in that game, but we lost. Right? And can I just read you why we lost?
Yes.
So Sunil Narayan opened the batting against Rakeem Cornwall, which is maybe the best thing that's ever happened in cricket.
Oh, yes, please.
He made 9 off 6. Chris Lynn made 4 off 8. Colin Munro was 25 off 21, and Brendan McCullum was batting with someone. The score was 71 for 3 after 9.2, needing 212. Right? McCullum made 68 off 42. Who do you think the player is that beat us?
What's the team?
It was Trinbago.
Darren Bravo.
He made 94 off 36.
Bloody
Was
hell.
it Darren Bravo?
He made 94 off 36.
Remember the innings.
And that would have been, and can I tell you guys, on top of all this, I haven't even put this in, that would have been my first professional win as an analyst that game. And Darren Bravo hit 94 off 36 with 10 sixes, guys. He hit 10 sixes. I think he cleared the stadium. It's a small stadium in Solution, but you know the big grandstand, the big club rooms at one end.
Yeah,
I think he cleared that 6 times. It felt like he did.
I remember that innings because I always.
Of course you do, because how could you ever forget the one time that fucker made runs in T20 cricket?
He really, really got hold of them, though, didn't he? It was because how he normally batted was he would face 18 of the most boring balls ever, and then he would hit the massive booming great big 6. But that day he just decided he was going to whack all of them. This is a good one. What do we think the run line should be?
That'd be a wide, that last one. Yeah, he's given that as a wide as well.
These are fun, these.
The run line.
So Sarthak research is saying that as well. The funniest part of the story, 212 story is that they lost. Oh, by the way, Rob,
now imagine, I should have led with that. Imagine being Karen Pollard, right? He smashed the ball everywhere. They've made 212. His mate has beaten them, and the owner is going up. It's going 212, 212.
Jesus. No, isn't Darren Bravo like one of the few people who has more 6s than 4s in the CPL or something?
Does
like
he?
that?
Well,
yeah.
Half of them were that day. By the way, our bowling in that game is all over the shop.
Who's your bowlers?
So Kevin Hodge opened the bowling with Rakeem Cornwall. So obviously we went all in with spin. First change, guys. Kyron Pollard, 1 for 52 from his 4, right? Then, and Varun won't even know who this is, but Rob will. Chandrabal Hemraj bowled 2 overs.
Oh my God.
That name. Definitely.
I don't even remember him bowling in the nets the whole time I was there. Mitchell McClenaghan, 3 for 21. Sorry, 2 for 21 from his 3 overs. Didn't bowl Mitch McClenaghan out. Thanks for coming, overseas pro. And Obed McCoy got smashed as well.
Oh, wow.
So those guys bowled 4th and 5th change. I don't remember that being as part of my plan. Maybe this could be my fault, but there's no way I said bowl Chandrabal Hemraj.
Oh my word!
And I remember very specifically telling them all that I would that Kyron Pollard should never bowl 4 overs in a game. I also think the general manager of Salusha quit that night after a fight with the owner, so I became the general manager after that game. I think if it wasn't that game, it might have been the game the next night. Chandrapal Hetmaraj in T20 cricket has 11 wickets, guys.
So I remember when he caught fire, didn't he, in one of the CPLs for Guyana when he played for them, right? He caught fire at the top of the innings. And then he sort of bowled the odd over of, was it just off-spin filth?
Yeah.
And got the odd wicket. And everyone was like, he's the new Dilshan. That's what we've got now. We've got another Dilshan here. And I was like, no, probably not. Like, he just had a good season in CPL, which can happen. But he kept coming off. And then, so Trinidad then got hold of him, did they? Oh, no, you got hold of it.
That was he was with us. I think that might have even been before. So I was I still think he's one of the most talented natural players I've ever seen not really make it.
Right, okay. He's like,
I chatted to him quite a bit. I was even looking at giving him a bigger contract than he was probably worth, just because I thought he needed the confidence, right, of thinking you're the guy. And I was dissuaded by the others, only not because they understood my logic, but they were like, it's got to cause issues with other people that we won't be able to afford, which it probably would have. But you're looking at a guy, Rob, he averaged 20 in T20 cricket, 25 in list A's, and 28 in first class. And you and I have both seen him bat. That is not the level of player he was.
No, absolutely. Goal Manchester City, by the way, which is has huge ramifications for who's going to win the Premier League in football. I want to get the prices of what the Premier League was, what price Arsenal were to win the Premier League not that long ago. Let me see if I can find that.
So we're 98 for 1 after 9.2. They're still in this game, Rob, mathematically.
Incredibly.
This one is whacked out to deep cover, and it's 1 run. Triple Stroke says, why is Andy Flowers so successful? Andy Flowers is just a cricketing genius, and I think his way of seeing the game is really, really good. He's also, and I don't say this lightly, close to the hardest working coach I've ever seen. He will literally do every single thing he can to get a team prepared in a way that not everyone does.
I can believe that, absolutely.
And I think he's a much better coach now for having succeeded and then failed with England than he was with England. And Rob might have some thoughts on that, but I thought he came up with a strategy for England, which basically tried to turn his players into robots, which didn't work because of KP and also because players are not robots. They got success, but it burnt them all out really, really quickly.
Yeah, I think that was it. Is as soon as they got to the top of the mountain, they didn't know where to go from there. Right? It just all got a bit messy.
Yeah.
So my question to you here, Jared, are LSG more, less, or the same likely to win this match than they were at halftime?
They are more likely.
And the market thinks they are about the same.
They've got Marsh is 39 of 25 and Rishabh Pant has actually made runs. Aren't they more likely?
Well, they need 14 and nearly 15 and over, I guess.
What did they need at the start of the chase?
It's a difficult one. Yeah, like just under 13, wasn't it?
I'd rather have 2 set guys at the crease.
Okay, well, you've got them, but they are Rishabh Pant and Spaghetti Hamstring Man. They've also got 5 off that over with 5 singles, which
that over maybe makes me think the market's onto something.
You need the high volatile Chahal, don't you? If you're batting against him, you've got to go for him. Arsenal were 89% to win the Premier League about a fortnight ago, and they are now evens. They are now 50% because of that goal right there. Anyway, enough football chat.
I don't understand any of that. Neil says, is cricket among non-immigrant groups in England included among non-immigrant groups in England? Increasing.
Increasing.
I would say cricket's slightly bigger now than when I moved over in 2008-9, outside of the 2005 weirdness. My local cricket club has had to put on juniors and now has about 2 teams for every age group. And we just had the first outdoor training session and there were kids absolutely everywhere. I do live in a bit of a cricket hotspot, to be fair.
Yeah.
Compared to other people. But that same cricket club 4 or 5 years ago didn't have juniors at all. So a lot of the stuff they've done, and it's not just immigrants, it's everyone. So I think the numbers have gone up overall, haven't they? in cricket in the last couple of years, according to the ECB, as far as people playing and watching. I'm pretty sure they've gone up. So that's across the board, Neil. It's still being carried by immigrant groups, though, I would say. It's still being carried by the Asian side of things, but not as bad as it was a few years ago. As this one is hooked for 4. I say hooked, but he's ended up hitting that wide of mid-on. It was very, very short. It's almost... It is a hook shot, though. It's not really a pull shot.
It's sort of very tennisy, isn't it, that one?
Yeah. Jack says, if this IPL was being played with a Kookaburra ball, it is being played with a Kookaburra ball, Jack. How different would the games look? They would be exactly the same because they are playing with the Kookaburra ball.
Definitely be exactly the same.
Dukes and SG stopped producing professional white balls a long time ago, didn't they? Dukes haven't produced one that's been used regularly since the mid 2005, 2008, and I don't even know when SG, if they ever had a professional white ball. Kookaburra have been doing them well, they must have at one stage, but Kookaburra have been doing them for a long time.
They've had an LBW shout against Rishabh Pant here. I don't know whether they're reviewing it or not.
Well, pitched a foot outside leg. I hope they're not.
They have not.
Yeah, so Kookaburra basically, I think in professional cricket, there's almost no league in the world that I'm aware of that doesn't use the Kookaburra balls. So much so that there are a lot of boards who think that the ICC has a regulation that says you have to use the Kookaburra balls. And you'll like this, Rob. There is no regulation. They just believe it because that's just the ball that everyone's used for such a long time. And it is shit. So how would the games look?
Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange that... Yeah. I mean, in baseball, they've done so much work on deciding what the right type of ball is, haven't they? And
who owns the ball?
What it should, MLB, do they?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Even you could afford shares in Kookaburra. I mean, it's not a big company.
Yeah, I remember when they got quite big, obviously just from making cricket bats, but
I don't know if this is still the case. They used to make more money in hockey than cricket.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I think they're a private company, aren't they? Yeah, they're not publicly traded.
How much has Justin Langer got to do with this franchise? What decisions is he making here?
He's the main person at LSG by a mile. Goenka loves him.
Yeah, I think he's been conned by the some of the nonsense because I don't know what they're doing here. Like, you're chasing 250 and you have Nicholas Pooran. And you have a man here, Marsh, who's clearly struggling quite a lot, who's chewing balls, missing balls, blocking balls, leaving balls. Let Pooran have a go. Just retire the man out and let Pooran have a go. Because if Pooran comes off, you might get somewhere near this.
All right. I'm doing some live research on this, actually, Rob.
His team's in to Pant. It goes after him. Misses it. It's on the wide line. It is not given wide, and away we go. So they need 146 off 54, which is very difficult.
Okay. So I've done my research here, Rob.
Okay.
Wait. How much is the Dukes company that make? Okay, so in cricket, we have 3 ball manufacturers that all have strengths and weaknesses, I would say. But, you know, have done various... I think the Kookaburra red ball in the last couple of years has been really good, but was shit for ages. Obviously, white ball and pink ball, a bit of an abomination. Kookaburra as a company is thought to be worth anywhere between 10 and 37 million US dollars, right?
Okay.
I think it is worth saying that if you sold off the hockey part of that separate and the bat manufacturing part of it and the pads and everything, it's probably, let's say it costs you 10 to 15 million dollars just to buy the cricket ball. Fair?
Yeah.
SG is worth more. It's worth about $50 million as a company. But again, SG make all these other things as well. So let's say that's a bigger company. Let's say that's worth 25 million. So for $40 million, we bought the 2 cricket balls that are available to us. And I would say that Dukes, I can't get a quote on Dukes, but I can't imagine the Dukes company is worth more than 10 or 15 million US dollars. It's not a very big company, is it? They don't have many employees.
Yeah, fair.
So you could buy all 3 cricket balls for $60 million using the technology and the knowledge of all those 3 different companies to make the best cricket balls in the world going ahead.
Yeah,
and
so
make them for
ICC do it then.
That's what I'm saying. That's what should happen.
Okay, yeah.
You basically answered my thing. That's what I think should happen. It would cost $60 million to buy all 3 of those companies.
And they've got that. Like Giles Clark's still got that down the back of his sofa.
Well, he doesn't work for the ICC anymore, to be fair.
Well, obviously not. But do you know what I mean? That kind of money is.
That's not a lot of money. It shouldn't be a lot of money for a governing body of the world's second biggest sport.
Yeah, I agree. That is lying around money. So do a deal with them all, and get their best people to stay on.
And you're still making money off that. That's not 60 million of dead money, right? You're still selling those balls. That's
right. I have a feeling Mitch Marsh is going to get out this ball. There's just been a really long break, and he's changed bats, I think. And
he is gone out this ball. Take that. 40 off 27, or 40 off 28, I should say. Got himself in a bit of trouble there. That delay didn't help. And I'm shocked to see he's gone out playing the slog sweep to spin. That might be the first time ever, Rob.
I think they just, at that break, he was like, I'm knackered or I'm struggling. Shall I walk off? And they basically said, just hit every ball for 6. And if you can't do it, we'll retire out in a minute. And that was just an ugly, premeditated nonsense slog, which, as I just said, looked very much like it was coming. So, yeah.
Xavier Bartlett made that look much harder than it was, that catch too.
They're letting Pooran bat, which is a good tactic, I think.
Prudvi says, can I just simulate this innings and end the game with LSG losing by 45 runs? This game reeks of a century after the game is lost.
Well, let's hope Pooran gets it, because it would do a lot for him, wouldn't it? If he got a ton here, that would.
I was thinking about this before. If this was like 2 or 3 games earlier in the season, and I think I had a conversation with Sam Allard when we were doing TalkSport one day of earlier in the season. Is it worth Gujarat losing a game and getting Josh Butler back into form, or is it not? Right. And earlier, 2 or 3 games ago for LSG, you could have made that call with Pooran, right? Because we know that he won them a bunch of games last year while being in form.
Right at the start. Yeah, I think it depends when it is. Right at the start of the season for GT, lose the game, Butler 80 red. That's a good game for you, because Butler came into this tournament absolutely honking form, as did Nicky P. And now, but LSG can't really afford to lose any games now. Where are they? I suppose KKR are that bad, and Chennai don't have Matre for 3 weeks now. That's a long time not to have him for them. Irville time though, Jared. I've been crying out for it for a while.
Irville. Sartik says, does betting skill create better game analysts, or does good analysts inevitably be better at betting? Chicken, egg, or bookmaker?
Well, the interesting bit about that is when I met Jared, he said, I don't bet and I've got no interest in it whatsoever. And within about a week, as Rishabh Pant hits one to the moon, it hits the moon, comes
should be
down.
caught. Oh, I think he stepped over the rope there.
6. I think that's 6, and I think Priyansh knows it.
I think he took the catch and realized he just got his feet in the wrong order, and he stepped over the line, because he did not celebrate that. He looked down as if to go, I've got that wrong. Yeah, he's frustrated with himself.
Priyansh just trod on the fence there, don't you?
I think he trod over the fence. I think he got the balance right, but not the timing right. We'll have a look again. He takes the catch. His right foot lands inside the Toblerone. His left foot. Right. His left foot. Oh no, he's right on the Toblerone. Yeah.
And then his left foot, he's just trod on it. So he planted his foot inside the rope, and then he planted his other one on the rope.
I think he just thought he had a little bit more room, to be fair to him there.
Well, okay. Yeah, so when I met Jared, and I was like, you would be good at betting, Jared, so why on earth don't you do that? And he was like, I don't bet, mate. I don't need to bet. Why would I ever bet? And he was like, I just don't do it. It's not for me. Mugs game, all that sort of thing. And about 10 days later, Jared was messaging me in the middle of the night telling me about all his basketball bets, props, nonsense, betting on.
Oh, Rishabh Pant with another 6. This is a big over now, 2 6s in a row.
Yeah, here we go. The corpse is twitching. They are now.
I was actually thinking of an edge system for betting on basketball the other day.
Here we go.
But I don't think I've had a bet since. I can tell you the last one. I couldn't bet because I was in the ground, but I was trying to tell everyone else to put the bet on. Do you remember when I said India was definitely going to win the Oval Test when they were 28-1? And I was telling you guys, but I was commentating and I couldn't really get the stuff. But I kept saying to everyone, bet on this. England is not going to win this game.
That's when you just message me and say, get me 50 quid on this.
I wouldn't have been 50 quid. It was going to be a big bet, that one. I was positive on that one. Mind you, I probably would have taken it out once it got nervy at the end, but I would have got a fair chunk of my money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I haven't bet on then. I don't have any money in the account anymore. There was one I think I told you guys the other day that I was positive of was going to be unders, and I think they still got overs, didn't they?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It's been a weird IPL. Like, I came absolutely flying out of the traps for IPL, but I think that's because I did loads of work and the bookies didn't do any. And they're slowly working out. Like, when you hammer everything before the game, they slowly work out why they're getting their prices wrong. So the edges are diminishing a bit now.
We've got an LBW shout here. I thought it was just outside leg stump. It's Puran's second ball. I know it's well outside the leg stump, isn't it? It cannot possibly be pitched in line, can it?
Not from the angle that we're looking at it. We don't know for sure, but it doesn't feel that way.
Rohit says, Jared, for a country like India, should we follow China's model of sports outside cricket? Basically forced admission in sports. China has the same problem 25 years ago. We have kept 100 Olympic medals as a goal by 2036. No, I don't really like the Indian model. The Chinese model. I think if you they spent a lot more money on it. That was pitched outside leg and was always going to be. They spend a lot of money on it. I don't think you should follow China's model. I think in the long run, a lot of people in China work at sports and are miserable. And this is from people I've met over the years, and they don't really like the sports that much at all that they end up being in. I think the better thing is to look at how you can get the whole country more active into playing sports so that you have it as part of it. So, when I was in Hong Kong, I was shocked that the average, like a 10-year-old couldn't catch a ball.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you get better at sports, is you make sure that everyone can being active and fit and good at sport should be as important as art and music and science.
At least, probably more.
Probably more, but you know what I mean.
Australia are very good at that, to be fair.
Yeah.
At realising the importance of sport, like Sydney and Melbourne, particularly Melbourne, really. Melbourne's mega sport, isn't it?
You could argue that Australia has been more successful at sport than China. If you look
they
at
have.
models.
They have pound for pound. So I heard, and I'm not quite sure how much of this is true, but I'm sure elements of it are true, that China, basically, they used to go around schools and go, we need gymnasts in 20 years or whatever. And they go around the school and go, you're the right size, your legs are long enough for this event, your arms are long enough for this event, and take them out of the school and then force them to become gym. That's not the way to do it, is it? You don't want to force people to do anything. Like the human side of it must be considered.
The old East German thing of making two people who are rowers have a baby together and all that sort of stuff.
All this nonsense, right? Absolute horseshit, all that. Because then you're mucking about with the world and people and humans and stuff. But getting increased participation in sport, what we do in my house, we just try and expose my kid to as many different sports as possible in the hope that she finds one that she likes. And now, we're running out into the garden and playing football and playing basketball and all this sort of stuff.
What's her favourite sport?
Right. I think probably swimming at the moment.
Okay.
She's very, very naturally good at swimming, and because of her,
and that's one of the other things. If you generally find the sport that you're like, I'm probably different in that my best sports I didn't particularly like, but generally the sport that you're good at, you like the most because you're good at it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and part of her autism, or maybe just the genes from me, is if she's not really good at something straight away, she doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm very like that.
Amu says, do you consider breakdancing a sport only when Australians do it?
What was her name?
Ray
Sounds very right. Something like ray gun. That was extremely embarrassing what she was up to in the actual Olympics. I think breakdancing is great and it's a really good watch, but I don't think it should be an Olympic sport. It's too arbitrary, the scoring.
Yeah, I don't think most things should be Olympic sport. Nikki P slug sweeps off Arsh Jeep and gets nothing on it. It's about a deep mid wicket. And Nikki P decides to run a single there, as he does. Ray gun. Someone said ray gun. That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right. What did you say it was? You said ray gun.
I said the word ray quite a few times.
I remember watching it because I used to watch a bit of breakdancing because I find it fascinating and it's really cool. And
I think breakdancing is incredible. Like, again, to go back to my I don't want to dance and I have no interest in it, I think breakdancing is a brilliant thing. It shouldn't be in the Olympics. That's a different argument. But it's a brilliant skill to have.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, if you watch somebody that's good at that, it is a...
is this out?
That's out.
Rishabh Pant has got a little touch on this. He thinks he's hit the ground. He has hit
the ground, but it's also hit the bat and gone to the wicketkeeper. He may as well review because they're 0.1% chance of winning while he's still there.
Puran showed absolutely no interest in giving him any advice there, which usually suggests that the person has hit it and you just don't want to tell him. But yeah.
So what we've seen from this team, right? If they're going to chase 127 in 45, it's Puran and Chowdhury that do it, in my head. Puran goes on a wild, maniacal spree of sixes, which is clearly out. And
I'm not sure I'd say it's clear out, but it looks it looks very much like he's edged it as he's hit the ground, so he won't know. Let's have a look.
And Snicko won't know either what's made the noise. I mean, I'm positive that that's hit the bat, but you can't say that massive spike isn't caused by him hitting the ground as well.
It's a real shame everyone started putting Vaseline on their edges and we got rid of hotspot. Okay, Jack says, hypothetical scenario. If this IPL is being played with Test cricket, Kookaburra red ball for day games and pink balls for night games, how would the tournament look? No night games. I don't know, man. But people, the scoring
runs.
And yeah, he's given out. There we go. The scoring rates in Test cricket have gone up as well. I don't know how it would be played if it was red ball because it would be so different. Everything would be really different.
The easiest bit of scoring would be in the middle overs, so everyone would have to change. Yeah, because I think the ball would be so old by the end because it had been battered. It would swing too much at the start when it was swinging. So I think the best time to score would be in the middle when the swing is gone, but the ball's still quite hard, and then it would get absolutely nightmarish, and you might even get reverse if you battered it into the advertising board enough. Be fun. Let's do it.
Emma says, why didn't you like tennis, Jared? I didn't really like singles. I just found it really repetitive and boring. I really liked doubles because of the tactics and everything, but by the time I was coming through, doubles was dead. Like, no one gave a shit about doubles, so being good at doubles didn't really get you high up the tennis ranks. And I just found once the rally goes for more than about 3 minutes, more than about 3 shots, I lose all interest in just trying to hit a winner every time. But it wasn't just tennis. I was really good at badminton and squash as well. And it's the same with all of them. I just eventually just got a bit bored of them.
Why is Markram batting now and not Chowdhury?
I saw them have a big chat with Chowdhury on the boundary. Did you see that?
Yeah, what did they say exactly, word for word?
I think they said, no, I don't go in. But I thought they were telling him, go in. That's what I thought the chat was. Yeah.
Doing your thing. You've won us one game from absolutely nowhere with your first major innings. Do it again. I don't know why we're watching this dismissal for the 58th time. He's basically tried to play a shot with his eyes closed with both knees on the floor and it didn't work.
It's only one knee on the floor. I think you'll find the back one, but not in the way that you would normally put your back knee on.
Yeah. He's trying to put his other knee on the floor and it's sort of hit the back of the bat, hasn't it, in the end, that?
This one from Markram is... he's so bad at strike rotation, Markram. Just punches in the air for no reason. Yeah. So, Puran is in off 3 or 4. Markram has scored off his first ball. They have... What's the percentage chance of winning now, Rob?
1%. Seems fair, doesn't it?
1.1%. I think you're fine. No, it's 1.01%, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. You can have 1.1%. They ain't chasing it.
Oh, Amu says Rob would love Kabaddi. You do love Kabaddi, don't you? This is.
So I used to watch it, and we cover it at Decimal, believe it or not. We cover whatever it's called, the World Kabaddi Main League, Kabaddi Premier League, or whatever it is. We can't cover anything lower than that for obvious reasons, but we cover the main one, and it's very popular in some countries, Kabaddi. But they've changed the rules from when I used to like it when I was a kid, because we only had 4 channels when I was a kid. We never had Sky or anything. And on Channel 4, they used to, on a Saturday morning, really early, they would show, one was Transworld Sport that I absolutely loved. It was like you must have had that, Jared, Transworld Sport. It was like an hour show where they went around the whole world telling you what was going on.
It was the IMG show, wasn't it?
Amazing voice of saying
the people who co-created the IPL.
Oh, good. Well, it was deep dives into like obscure sports and random stories and stuff. I absolutely lapped that up when I was a kid. And then on a Sunday morning, you got an hour's Kabaddi. And when you don't have any sport on your telly, you watch all the sport that you can get. And so Kabaddi I watched. Sumo wrestling was on it as well. Then we had something called Grandstand on a Saturday in England, which was awesome, which was sport from like midday on a Saturday till like 6 p.m. and you just watch any old crap that was on. But Kabaddi used to be, the rule was you had to say to get from one end to the other. You know, have you played British Bulldogs in the playground, Jared, where like some of you line up and try and stop you from getting from one side to the other? So Kabaddi is a bit like that, but to prove that you were doing it with one breath to get from one side to the other, that's the big skill of it, is to not only evade capture, but to do it in one breath. You used to have to go Kabaddi, 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 like say Kabaddi over and over and over again to prove that you were doing it in one breath. So you had all these people running around going Kabaddi, Kabaddi. I can't even do it sat down, so I'd be rubbish.
You've already lost your breath.
Kabaddi, Kabaddi, Kabaddi. But then they changed the rules now, so it's not as fun. So you don't prove that you're doing it in a breath. That part of the game's gone, so it's not as fun as it used to be. Anyway, 18 and over, Nicky P at the crease. What could possibly go wrong as he blocks the ball deliberately for one run? This is not acceptable when you need 18 and over. See, what they might be doing here is having a net to get Pooran some form. And I don't really like that at this stage of the IPL. What would you be telling Pooran to do here, Jared, if you were in charge?
Yeah, I think I would have said, do what you need to do to find your form. And I don't think that's what Pooran's doing. I don't think he's that kind of guy, is he?
I think Pooran would try and get the win, but I don't know why he blocked that last ball.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So I think he's been told, get yourself in and get form, when he would probably prefer to just try and whack sixes and win the game.
Because I think the best way for Pooran to get into form now is to hit 10 sixes here. Because if you can on the ground, like they've been
maybe they're trying to split the difference, right, and get a couple of dots. Get a couple of balls in and then go for the sixes. But yeah, I'm with you. I think I almost would have said to him, here's your chance, just go out and just play with freedom. It doesn't matter. We're going to lose anyway. See if you can hit sixes as quickly as possible is what I would have told him. I don't think that's a real Justin Langer thing, though, as he's gone for this one. And he's hit it very, very hard straight up in the air, and it's going to be dropped. It was always going to be dropped. Did I call that before he dropped it?
That's Shashank down there, isn't it?
I think it's Shashank.
Yeah.
It went straight up in the air. You could tell the ball was coming down, not where he was.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to get to it, but he decided not to get to it and then dive 5 meters.
Yeah, it was that was the shuffle step I saw. Once he took 3 steps to his right at the last minute, I was like, he may not be under this ball, guys.
Well, here's Markram 19 and over needed now as he deliberately takes a single into the leg side off a bad ball, which he could have hoofed into the stands if he preferred.
How do you feel about Rishabh's innings?
I'm at peace with it. I think he tried to smoke everything, and he got 4 sixes away out of his 23 balls. He didn't look particularly informed to me. He did actually get some balls away, which is one thing we hadn't seen from him, right? I'd say he's the only one so far. Badoni was just starting to tick, wasn't he? But Badoni's first 10 balls was awful. Badoni was just starting to tick when he got out. But I think he's the only one that's really tried to properly get on with it in this chase. So if you're going to moan at anyone at the end of this from LSG, the last one you moan at is Pam.
Yeah, no, I feel that way too. But I'm also just looking from a form perspective. I don't think he quite came back with form.
No. He just blindly slogged and he got a few away. And that's perfectly reasonable to do when you need 15 and over, which is why it's annoying me that Markram is shoveling the ball off his pads for ones and for singles. It's just useless.
Irish says, thoughts on the 100 future? Agree with Lalit Modi. I don't know. Someone told me that Lalit Modi said the league will be finished in 3 years. It obviously can't be finished in 3 years. So I don't know. I haven't seen the interview, so I don't know exactly what he said. If he means the actual 100 ball concept might be finished in 3 years, I'm with him. I think it'll go back to T20. But clearly the league isn't going anywhere.
I mean, I mean, agreeing with Lalit Modi is probably not a brilliant policy for everything. Although he's done all right for himself.
Nicholas Puran has hit this down the ground very high again. This is going to be caught though as Shreyas Iyer comes around. I just don't know what the point of being 8 off 8 and then going anyway. Whatever. I suppose I can understand it. It just
difficult.
That might be Puran's last innings for the IPL.
Could be. That was bad. It's hard to understand any decision that has been made by LSG throughout this cricket match. I think that's fair. The one shining light for them today is Prince Yadav, who bowled beautifully, and all the rest, including the captaincy and the batting order and the plan, has been a load of old bollocks. It really has. I think my computer may be crashing.
Good
so
sign.
you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. You've never
I
sounded
can't
better.
see anything on my screen, so if I disappear, it's because my computer's crashed. But I can keep blithering on. Can you see me?
Yeah. Never looked sexier.
Wow, that's cool.
I don't know what kind of bear you are, but you're a good one.
I mean, I can't see the cricket. I can't see.
Oh, okay. Not as ideal then.
I can't see the StreamYard thing, whatever it's called. Chowdhury's in though, right?
No, yeah, he is. Sorry. Marco Janssen, who got the last wicket, comes around the wicket and bounces him.
Oh, there we go. We're back. I can see things. I can see clearly now the rain has gone.
Why do you have 7 pairs of glasses, by the way?
Well, I'd lost several because of how much of a mess and basically I drive to work with sunglasses on, forget that I've got them on, and then put them down, and then they get lost under the pile of books and notes and all that. And then these ones that I badly need for the blue light, I've got loads of pairs of them because they're really cheap and I just lose them all the time.
So they need 21 runs and over, Rob.
Yeah.
I'd say they're less than 1% chance from here.
It's been a very poor game, but the thing is they could have got 300. There was a bit in the first innings where this is overs 14, 15 and 16 for Punjab. 7 for 1, 7 for 1, 3 for 1. So 17 for 3 in those 3 money overs. If they had good 3 overs there, they could have actually got 300. But it was Prince Yadav that whenever he came on, he put the brakes on. It really, really top stuff from him. So he came on after Mohsin Khan had got bashed. His last ball had gone for 6. And he bowled 5 dots at Connolly, who then got 4 away. Then they took him out of the attack, because why wouldn't you? And he came back and went for 9 when everyone else was getting blasted. Decent enough. But this is how bad this chase is that I'm like looking up every over that Prince Yadav bowled. Then Markram
Tell me about every single ball of Prince Yadav.
Markram went for 32, so they gave the ball back to Prince Yadav and he got the wicket and only went for 7. And then the last 3 overs, 17, 18, 19, 18, 15 and 20. So they go back to Prince Yadav again and he goes for 5 and gets 2 wickets. It's awesome.
Someone has asked us about our note-taking. I'll answer that first and then Rob can come in. Producers. Petrol Sniffing Doofus says, curious, what is your note-taking system? I've actually changed this year. In fact, for the IPL. So I own something like 65 notebooks in my house. And so for years, I've done it on notebooks. Last couple of years, I moved over to an app called Bear, which syncs between my phone and my app and my phone and my computer, sorry. And I use for a lot of other projects. But this year, I realized that I think I could start to use AI. So I'm now I've got like a template I use in AI to ask me a bunch of questions on games. So it makes it a lot more searchable. Also, the AI can fix it. If I use a player's nickname, it can use the proper name and proper spelling. So when it used to be a problem if I would like search for something, if I put in Boovy rather than Buveshna, and I search for the like little things like that, I would lose notes and everything. So AI now links all that up. And so I now get, before a game, I will say, let's say LSG is bowling and Punjab are batting. I will just say, can you give me notes on LSG's bowling and Punjab's batting? And it just spits out all my notes from earlier in the tournament straight away.
Mainly just notebooks all over the place. But when it comes to the stats stuff, I'm lucky enough to, when I was full-time running the trading team, I was like, I think you should prepare for games in this way. So when I joined the company 3 or 4 years ago, I was like, well, it's much better if you specialize on a tournament or in a country, for example. So we have the Indian guys doing Indian cricket and we have the Aussies doing Aussie cricket, and all that makes sense, doesn't it, for time zones and everything else. And it's like, but I don't want you to do the first 2 days of a test match and then go and trade a T20, right? So we've got a test match team and a T20 team and a 50 over team and all that. And then it's like, but then we have people that are so much better at keeping stats and knowing how to use all these brilliant resources like Tableau and Excel and everything. As Markram gets underneath one and finally gets a 6, that I ask other clever people to do all the stats work, which is brilliant. But I do keep some rudimentary sheets, which I've kept for every tournament I've ever bet on, I think, that just say stuff like, stuff you can bet on. First over scores. So I know that Lucknow are actually hopeless in the first over.
Yeah.
Their average so far is less than 5 in the first over with the bat, which is awful. They've only got more than 6 in the first over. You're going on about earlier, Jared, how much the first over goes for now.
Well, this one's going to go for a lot because that's a knee-high full toss and Markram's hit it for 6 soft Bartlett. Poor bowling here, really.
Yeah, rubbish. So their first over Lucknow, for example, they've only got more than 6 once. And when people are putting lines up like 8.5 all the time for their first over, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And then you get a team like SRH, right? I shouldn't be giving all this away. So if you're watching the stream, you're getting absolute gold here. SRH are always huge favourites to have the highest first over score. Do you know why? Because they've got Abhishek and Travis Head opening the batting. Actually, over a long sample size, they don't smack the first over. They have a look. Abhishek has a look in the first over. Occasionally he whacks it and everyone remembers it, but more often than not, they have a look. So bearing in mind, as Markram goes for a 3rd in a row and is caught for... Oh no, did that just go along the floor?
I wonder what you were calling then. I was like, am I looking at a different ball? He just drilled that on the ground and mid-on.
Cut out, and then it went to the fielder who was jogging in, so I assumed he just caught him. So he must have hit it along the floor. Anyway, never mind about that. So SRH, for example, are favourites to have the highest first over in every single one of their games, right? And so far this season, bearing in mind that Rajasthan, for example, their first over has gone, they started off 18, 10, 22 and 9. SRH 7, 6, 1, 9, 2, 4. And against 9, 25. I know I'm just reading numbers out here, but basically they've scored 29 runs in their first over so far across 6 innings.
Yeah.
They're averaging 4.8 in their first over, and conceding, they're averaging 11.67. Now, it's a very small sample size, but when they're big favourites to have the highest score in the first over, just because they've got a guy called Abhishek opening the batting, these are the sort of numbers that help. And then you look at things like power play scores, keep a hold of them, 6s, opening partnerships, 4s, for and against, all the dismissal methods, how lots of people bet on stuff in the first over, wickets, 6s, 4s, runs and all that. Keep all the stats, who faces, who bowls it, what the numbers are, and patterns emerge, particularly in, and the IPL is the one where you have a massive, great big long tournament, right?
Yeah.
4 games. So by the time you're on game 60, you know that Gujarat always win the most 4s. or you know that Rajasthan always win the first over or whatever, and the bookies still think it's 50-50 random, and it's like, well, they won 10 out of 12, so I'll happily back evens or whatever. Some people would sit there and argue, mathematicians probably would go, you're saying a sample size of 10 is what you're having, you're putting your money down on. That's nonsense. So, well, when Mitch Owen was getting 20 off the first over every single time in the Big Bash, I was quite happy to ride the wave.
Yeah. No, that, I mean, that, you don't have a choice with it's the same. I've had people say, I can't believe you analysts will look at 50 balls of data. And I'm like, well, if I only have 50 balls of data and I'm working for a team, like, what am I supposed to say? I can't give you anything. And mostly the patterns hold up, right? Over at 200 balls if it's over 50 balls. But you have to say to people, there's not a lot of data here. I'm just guessing. And it would be the same with betting. I'm going on a hunch based on, I can see a pattern forming, and I have the knowledge, hopefully, from the 20 years we've been doing it to be able to work this out. So I keep notes on each innings. I keep notes on all the players that I'm interested in a game. I've got a section more on like tactical stuff. I've got a section that potentially, if there's a future piece idea that might have come out of here. I've got another section down here for analytics as well and everything else. And then that's basically what I do. And then it sorts it all out. It spits it out for me.
That's good.
So I think I would probably have, how many games have we had? This is the 29th game?
Yeah, it is.
I'd have to check my notes, but I probably have somewhere around 20,000 words of notes probably then. No, maybe, about 15 to 20,000 words of notes, which now I can search and get stuff on at any time.
That's cool. So I don't know any of that. Like most of my notes on players is in my head. That's one thing I can remember really well.
Oh no, I'm really good at that too. It's just that I just wanted to get to a point where sometimes I miss my I've been asking the AI to be like, what are the themes I keep noticing? Sometimes I just miss. Do you know what I mean? I might have said the same thing 3 times. So I know the Heinrich Klaassen one, right? That you and I have been obsessed over. But there was another player that I hadn't noticed, and I kept writing the same note over. Right. Well, that's a potential piece. Like, why would I miss that out?
Yeah. Okay.
And so am I going to remember, as Mukul Chowdhury whips this away over long on for 6?
He's got some talent, this kid, hasn't he?
Yeah. Am I going to remember that Badoni came on for the 7th over today? Probably. I think I will remember that because it's annoyed me, right? Will I remember that Markram came on for the 12th over as well? Maybe not. I might not remember both of those things. So it's just keeping those so that I have them available to me.
What I got my traders to do for IPL, which is the highest turnover thing by a million miles in betting. So it's important that they're well prepared and they do it properly and all that. Is after the game, before the game you do the matchup stuff and you go, is there a big one here? Hetmar's the Bumrah, biggest one in the IPL. Hetmar cannot play Bumrah over, he gets him out every 4 balls or something. He cannot play him. And when you watch him play against him, that isn't random numbers. That is a fact. He can't play until he can, and then you change things, right? So you do matchups and you go, right, these are the big matchups today. This guy always gets this guy, or this guy always smokes this guy over a decent sample, right? Done. Then you go through the players and you go, well, the market seems to be hugely overrating. Let's say Aidan Markram, it keeps giving him 27.5 all the time, and he's opening, and his median at the moment is 19 or whatever. So we're going to be lower on the market lower on Aidan Markram than the rest of the market, blah, blah, blah. But after the game, really important is they then go through the players, which ones, if you're the same, if you thought exactly the same as you did before the game, no notes required, which players are you upgrading and which players are you downgrading and why? You're like, okay, so Prince Yadav, huge upgrade today, even though he was riding very high for us, or for me, in terms of getting wickets and being the best bowler for LSG. Today is a huge upgrade because he bowled brilliantly well. And then you go, well, Shami, you have to downgrade him, even though I'm still keeping his first over as lethal because it was. His first over is very wicket takey and dangerous because it's swinging. The non-swing Shami now look rubbish or look bad today. So slight downgrade. And that's what I would say is really useful for me is like, and then you judge people on form because There are some people that play all right and just get out. I think Finn Allen is an example of that. Who's
Yeah.
playing fine, just keeps getting out. And then you have Nicholas Pooran, who is in undeniably terrible form, undeniably terrible, because he's tried to get out of it in different ways, and he has no idea how to. Right? He's getting out all around the wicket. He's trying to play the innings where he takes his time and then blasts. He's trying to play the innings where he blasts off from the start. He is in shit form and has been for some time, like unequivocally.
And so one thing I like to do as well is, I can't remember who it was, but there was someone the other day who went for lots of runs but actually bowled well, right? I don't need the scorecard in that situation. I kind of want the opposite information, which is actually this guy has bowled well. It just didn't work for him today for whatever reason. And those sort of notes are much more important. So for me, because I can go through the scorecard and just be like, like I'm not going to have notes today that say Prab Simran Singh failed. Like a golden duck doesn't mean anything to me, right?
Yeah, because I used to ask the guys to do notes on every game, and so they were. I think they still do, but they do notes on every game, and it's like a lot of them have started writing essays about this guy came to the crease at 3 o'clock and he got naught, so that was a failure. Like, no, don't care. Doesn't matter. Like, if it's this guy chewed 8 balls and looked awful, that can help you for next time, can't it? And that's what you're trying to do is increase your knowledge for the next game to give you a better chance of doing whatever you want to do with that information. In my case, try and win money. In your case, write stuff that people want to read.
Code Noob says, do you think Arjun has a future in cricket? I think he could play low-level first-class cricket occasionally and some limited over stuff. I don't think he's going to be an IPL player or international. A. Marty says, what AI do you use for your notes? So I started using Claude. I used to use ChatGPT, but it just makes shit up. ChatGPT, it is horrendous over a long period of time. Like, I don't really ask it for research stuff, or if I do, I quadruple check everything it says anyway.
It makes it up.
Yeah, because it spends the whole time trying to give you answers that it thinks you want rather than the answers that you need. Does that make sense? I did
one where, we were doing quizzes, me and my mates, because we're losers, and we're doing quizzes, and I'm like, okay, and I just wanted to check a couple of things. I was like, whatever it was, and I went, that's not true to ChatGPT. I went, that's not true, and he went, oh, you're dead right. It's actually he never played for whoever it was, Italy. He never represented Italy at cricket. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm asking you, right? You're the fountain of all knowledge. You're supposed to bloody tell me. And it's like, I don't want your best guess whether he played for Italy or not. I need a fact. And he goes, well, according to Wikipedia, don't give a shit what Wikipedia says. That's
so one of the things that's really interesting, Rob, is you ask it to give. So there was a particular story I was trying to get, which is for my book on Kohli, which is why, if MRF have ever talked about publicly how the fact that they basically bought small bat manufacturer so they could make Sachin's bats, because you couldn't have a non-cricket bat logo on a bat, remember?
Yes.
Okay. And then suddenly we had this, and I've been trying to trace down when they, because we know they've been involved in cricket for a long time, like when they made the decision, which bat company did they just buy like a bat company around the corner and there's like a kid making one bat? Do you know what I mean? Like what did they do? And I couldn't find anything on it. And I know I've been told it by people in the know, and I've tracked down some people that I'll hopefully be able to talk to about it and everything. And it's fine. I actually found that they weren't the first non-bat manufacturer to get involved with bat making. The first one was Puma.
Wow.
And Puma essentially bought Miller Champion Hall, right, to be able to partner with Miller Champion Hall so they could sponsor Shane Warne, who then signed a contract with Nike.
Wowzers trousers.
So they ended up, did that hit the rope and come back and hit the fielder?
I think it hit the advertising board. I think he's trying to say, I'll watch it on the bigger screen, he's tracked it all the way. He could have easily caught it. This is Shashank mucking about again. He could have easily caught it, and he just left it, and it bounced 2 inches over the rope just in front of it.
I don't understand that at all.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
oh my God, it just landed behind him. He didn't even try and catch it.
But he could have just caught it, right?
He could have just stopped it. Am I missing something?
He's literally watched the ball all the way and gone, oh, never mind. That's 6.
I mean, Cricket Fo's written it as a proper misjudgment. It's a misjudgment, but why not put your hands in the air? You're allowed to misjudge the ball, but even at the end, Robbie could have reached it. It almost hit him.
I mean, not ideally for a watch along. I'm completely speechless. I don't understand what he did there, because it wasn't like he got completely blinded by the lights, so he went like that and got out of the way, right? He didn't do that.
No.
He tracked the ball with his eyes and just went, do. That's 6. Never mind. This is the Indian Premier League, right? It's Arshdeep gets another wicket if he takes.
Are you on the? You don't use Instagram, do you?
Never.
Instagram's really weird because you get trapped in these loops, and I've suddenly got trapped in this loop that keeps showing me really bad cricket from the PSL, which is made by like right-wing extremists in India to say how shit cricket is how shit Pakistan is. But every time I see something on one of these clips, I'm like, I've seen that in the IPL, guys. Like, I've seen stupider things in the IPL. That is one of those ones where it's like you could make that video and do it. As this one is a 4. What can Bartlett hit the pitch?
Might be 6. That was awful.
I might have to change my notes here on Bartlett. I wasn't particularly nice on him to begin with, but the last 2 overs have been terrible. Rohit says, Prez with Zapu Zadran, currently in ICU in India. Yeah, good luck to the man. I think Zapu, I'll say it right now, Shapu Zadran might be, Rob, the last cricketer I ever asked for a selfie with.
Big.
And I've got a selfie with him, and I did a whole interview with him, but I actually wrote a much better piece, which was, I heard him be interviewed in Urdu, right, with a bunch of, is this one slashed away for 4? I saw him get interviewed in Urdu, and I wrote a whole article about the words he said in English, and the words he kept saying was fast, pace, bounce, because we were at the Wacker, and he just kept repeating all those words, and it's one of the best things I've ever written because it was so much fun just listening to it. And then I asked him for a selfie, and he was so confused.
What's the best selfie you've got in your life, or the best picture you've got with someone who is the other?
You mean not Shapu Zadran?
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to say family people or anything losery like that. Like actual.
Well, that photo of me and David Warner on the bench at St. Lucia is pretty cool. Because I can use that quite a lot, can't I? I don't know. I don't have many photos of me with famous people. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Oh, no, I've got it. Who was the former British writer who wrote a really famous books in England and then went on to be in jail for like tax evasion or something?
Jeffrey Archer.
Okay. So.
Quite pleased with that knowledge.
A few years into my career, it was the 150th anniversary of Wisden, and they wanted to recreate the Wisden logo with me and Sam Collins, who was doing 2 pricks at the Ashes, 2 chucks. Right?
Yeah. Looking at the Wisden logo now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So they wanted to recreate that logo. So they got me and Sam. They brought in like a person with like a fashion historian to like with clothes. So we had full clothes to match the clothes, right? And then we were at a charity game for Wisden. As this has gone flying up in the air from Mukul Chowdhury, should be caught. It's not going to be caught. That's not Shashank Singh again. Oh my God. I now need notes on Shashank Singh's fielding. Sorry, everyone. Shashank. I'm going to write this note out loud. Shashank Singh fielding shithouse. I'll fill in the details later, guys. So we created the photo. So you can find them online. I might be able to find them in a minute here as well. But they obviously we needed a celebrity to come down as well. So they got Jeffrey Archer to come down. And he was the celebrity umpire, right? And we did photo shoots with him. There's a photo of Jeffrey Archer with my son, I'm sure, right? Because it was so fun. The whole thing was so stupid that Miriam's like, you just have to put Zachariah in this photo. Well, he'll never understand why, but it doesn't matter, right? And I'm like wearing the full top hat and whites and everything, yeah? And then Jeffrey Archer tells me just before I had to bowl the first ball because I was dressed up like an idiot, as this one's whipped up in the air, but should be safe. I had to do that, and I had to run in, and then Jeffrey Archer told me, "Well, you better be careful because I know all the rules of cricket really well." And
wow!
I went laws. and
What did you say to that?
And then he went, "Oh yes, of course." And then he said, "Well, I'm very good on the no ball." And he said, we're going to play this to 1850, or 1855, whenever Wisden was first around. Whatever year it was, I should know that. But we're going to play to those conditions. And I said, okay, so you're going to be calling back foot, no balls. And he went, what's that? And then I ran into bowl, Rob, and because I had like dress shoes on, I fell over. So I didn't even deliver the first ball. Oh, here we go, Rob.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Is that better than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah. I mean, he's well into it, isn't he? He's having a lovely time.
He was loving it. I don't think the top hat suits me.
I think you're being a bit hard on yourself there. I think that's one of the better outfits I've seen you in. I think you should probably wear that once a month, that full outfit, and just see how you get on.
Don't you think, though, this is one of those situations where, like, everything I've said so far does sound like I've made this up.
And when you start going Jeffrey Archer, you're like, yeah, okay, what's he doing anywhere near it? Bloody hell, yeah. He was like a comedy villain in England for quite a long time, maybe late 90s, I guess.
Exactly.
Kind of
yeah. It was such a weird person to get for this event, right?
Yeah. He's very famous for no reason, I think. What do you say he was? A writer?
I think I read one of his books when I was a kid.
Let's look him up.
Is it As the Crow Flies or something?
Former MP. He's 86 now.
Another drop catch.
Whose fault's that one? Rishabh Pant has ran 200 yards to jump in front of one of his fielders, and then he's dropped it 3 times in one go.
I hope it wasn't Rishabh Pant.
Yeah. Ricky Ponting is the only person in the Punjab setup that doesn't find it funny. Like, basically, Shreyas keeps laughing at all these repeated and nonsensical drop catches. And then the camera cut to the bench, and Ponting's on the bench, and no one dares look at anywhere near him because he is not having this. Is there another chance? As one skews up in the air? No, it rolls away for 4 off Markram, who's got one of the luckiest 42s you're ever going to watch. Okay, what's he written? Why isn't the internet better at telling me what he's written? Baron Archer of Western-super-Mare.
I'll just have a look. As the Crow Flies, I've definitely read that.
Cain and Abel remains one of the best-selling books in the world, with an estimated 34 million copies sold worldwide.
Oh, I don't think he made that much off it if he was getting paid the same I was getting paid to turn up to that Wisden event. And this one's called by long off.
I'm going to guess £150 is what you got paid to go to that.
It was probably something like that. It wasn't a lot. Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely read As the Crow Flies. I'm not sure if I read Cain and Abel. I might have.
I haven't read any of it.
I just had a look at the covers, though. This is going to mean nothing to the people who are on this chat, mostly. But the covers, Rob, are so 1990s coded. Do you remember I might get the words wrong here, but you know the beveled titles? Come in, Eek. You know the beveled titles where you could touch it and you could feel the covers and you could feel the writing on them? Yeah. Come here. What do you want? Look at Rob. Rob's trying to be a professional and you're coming in. What do you want?
Let me say hi.
I was just going to ask when you're going to be done.
All right, Eek.
I want to have my dinner before.
I think you should eat your food now.
Tell him to say hello to me.
Come here. Come here. Robbie always gets his daughter on, and I never get you on because you're not in here. Can you say hi to Rob?
Hi, Rob!
Okay, maybe don't scream.
How you doing, Claire?
Okay.
You want to go? Is that why you're wriggling? Are you wriggling? Get off me.
What are those colour things?
That's comfortably the best person.
Oh, okay, come here. You can use them.
Today.
Squeeze it now. Now this one?
Impact sub. Him has come in and been dropped first ball because everybody must be dropped at least once.
This is how me and Rob communicate with each other because we're men. We don't know how to speak, so we make these sounds. Here you go. Where are we?
So this
Gaji
is-
says, run rate 40. Can we all call this a match? No, we must play to the end.
It has finished, I think. Can I just say that Himmat Singh has been around for a while. He's 29. He's played 63 T20s. This is the 5th time, I think, that he's played in the IPL, and it's the first time he's either bowled a ball or faced a ball. And he faced a ball, got dropped, and got a single. So I'm very happy for him. Well done, you.
You can write on the wall if you want. I just have to finish this live. Can I finish this live? Oh, actually, do you want to say, come here. Can you say, thank you, everyone?
Thank you, everyone.
And now can you say, thanks for watching Combox.
Thanks for watching Combos.
And now say, go to combox.tv.
Go to Combos.tv.
And now say, Rob is a poopy pants.
Robin the
We'll see you next time for another watch along.
Combox. The game lives on.